everybody. It's T with Teaquilts, and today is Saturday, September 18th, 2021. Don't I look cute? Yeah, I just decided this is what I was going to wear today. And I also brought this over for some reason. I just wanted to share it today. Even though my birthday is July 28th, that's all I can say about birthdays. We're hoping that you all are joining in for the sewing chat. We're going to be basically sewing on the 4-star generals we visited and chatting as we do that, I guess.
Who knows what's going to happen?
I'm in the process of laying out one of our first blocks here. I don't have the background pieces on there. So here we go. We got the camera back far. Let me see if I can push you all up just a little. But we want to make sure we keep both of us in here. Let's see what that looks like. It's a little bit closer at least. Let me get into YouTube.
I don't think it's ever been this quiet between the two of us before.
That's because I'm busy working.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm frantically trying to get my sewing machine to work. Here we go. 3. Oh, we're going to do some aerobics.
Yeah.
Oh,
While they're at the beach or something. Ellen Campbell was here saying hi to Teaquilts and all quilt friends. Dee Torres was waving hi. Stephanie says, hey, T and everyone. Happy Saturday. Remo says, good afternoon. Remo JS. Carla Ford says, hello, T, Kevin, and everyone. Happy Saturday. Remo says, 4-star general crew.
Yes, yes.
Yes, that's what Carla says, yes. It was just funny that you said that.
Carla
Deborah Quilt
like
says,
2
hello,
peas
T
in a
and
pod.
Kevin, and all fellow quilters. Remo says, I'm just getting on. Dad had emergency surgery yesterday afternoon. Just tired. I need a break.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
So sorry that
Prayers
you're going
for
through
you.
that. So
I've been
prayers
thinking
for
about
you
you
and
all.
your family. Yes, all the times. And she's even reminding people to thumbs up. Thank you so much for being so unselfish, thinking of others when it should be about you and your dad only. I just don't know how you can do it all. Susan T says, hi, T and Kevin and all the T quilters. Carla says, prayers for speedy recovery, Remo JS. Yes. Brenda Foley is waving hello from Kentucky. Oh, somebody said, happy birthday, Kevin. That was Remo JS. Is it Kevin's birthday? Vivian Calvi says, hi, T and everyone. Carla Ford, happy birthday, Kevin.
Aww.
Is it? How did they know? How did y'all know?
You are so silly.
Vivian Calvi, happy birthday. Susan T, happy birthday, Kevin. Brenda Foley said, that's a great picture of them. We were clowning. We were eating ice cream that day, and Kevin's trying to take a picture, and I wanted to eat my ice cream. That's a recent picture, too.
Yes.
Leisha Mo says, hi, Miss T, Kevin, and T Quilt family. Leisha also says, happy birthday, Kevin.
Aww.
And Brenda Foley says, you singing. You got music notes. So I'm thinking she's singing happy birthday. Brenda Foley says, hello, T and T Quilters. Happy birthday, Kevin. That's Beverly Aikens.
Thank you.
Darlene Crosby. Hello, T and Kevin and everyone. Brenda says, have a happy birthday. She still got the note, so that's what she meant. I told you. Kim Burr says, happy birthday, Kevin.
Hey, Kim. Thank you.
From Darlene Crosby, too. Darlene Foley says, you make us cookies. They seeing it all.
Would you like some cookies?
Cookies and pretzels.
Yeah.
And I brought chicken tenders.
Yes, you
I
did.
ate those before I went live. Ate some of those.
Good.
Sue says, hi, guys. Taking a short break at work to peek in. Hi, Sue. Carla says, hopefully my pattern will come today. I'm excited to get started. It is so weird because some of the patterns are mailed late have gotten there before some of the ones that were in the first 16 count. It's kind of weird. Ellen Campbell back saying hi to you, Kevin, and all. C-Rex says, hey, everybody. Happy birthday, Kevin.
Thank you.
Tahami's Diary says, OMG, first live. Hello, welcome to the channel.
Oh, welcome.
Kim Burr says, hi, T, and everyone. Cheryl Land says, hey, T. Hey, Quill fam. It's been a minute. Welcome back. Gisela Asker says, hi, Gisela from Sweden. Hello and welcome. And Stephanie also says, happy birthday, Kevin. Sin Forrest, hello, T, Kevin, and everyone. Thumbs up. Thank you so much. Jean says, finally, I have, and then something. Then she says, hi, Quilter. So it must have done something on her screen. Phyllis G says, hi, T, Kevin, and everyone. Hey, Kevin from Cheryl. Paula Pettit says, hi, T and Kevin. Hi, Paula. Welcome as well. Debbie Williams says, happy birthday, Kevin. Sin Forrest, happy birthday, Kevin.
Thank you all.
Phyllis G, happy birthday, Kevin. Cynthia Shea, good afternoon to all from Chicago. Happy birthday from Cheryl. Hello, T and Kevin from Tiffany's Quilting Life. Hi, Tiffany
hey,
and Scott.
Tiffy Poo and Scotty Poo.
Denise Opatch 33 is here saying thumbs up. Thank you, ma'am. And people are still giving remote prayers, so thank you all for that. Gisela says, from Sweden. You got a birthday shout out from Sweden. Says, happy birthday, Kevin.
Thank you.
Deborah Holloway says, hi, T and Kevin, and everyone. Happy birthday, Kevin. Happy birthday, Kevin from Ellen. I wonder how did these people know it was your birthday?
I have no idea, but I will say what a wonderful way to spend my birthday with you all. Thank you all so much.
And Brenda says, birthday quilt is perfect on the wall. Exactly. There was no way I was leaving that at home. And Vicki Lemire says, hello. See, I'm all festive. Because I can't talk about his birthday unless y'all telling me about his birthday.
Oh, you're so silly.
Uh-huh.
So silly.
Tell me what I can and can't do. Joan Elkins, happy birthday, Kevin. Miss Benita Nan says, hey, Miss T, and happy birthday, Kevin. Did you get pound cake? No, we did not make pound cake.
Not this time.
Emily Zahoot says, happy birthday to Kevin. I've been too busy posting patterns to make a pound cake, okay?
You've been keeping her busy.
I want to say we're at 105.
Wow.
So, and I got 8 patterns left. That's where we are.
Wow.
Cheryl Clute says, hello, T, long time. No, see, been crazy. I can understand. C-Rex says, my pattern arrived yesterday. Awesome.
Cool.
Sue's going back to work. She says, thanks for the energy. Fabulous twosome for you. Twosome for your time and energy. So she's just saying, basically, thanks for our time and energy. Thank you, Sue. She'll be back. I'm sure she'll watch the upload. Janet Mackerel says, hi, everyone, and big birthday wish for Kevin.
Aw, thank you.
Kim Burris had to leave, so she's got a migraine courtesy of the weather. I woke up with my knee hurting. I don't know what that's about. I wonder if that's weather with arthritis in my knee. So, yeah. Happy birthday from Joanne Parker. Jean says, did I miss you on Tuesday night? Yep, because we were there. Patricia Calucia says, hey, Miss T. Hi, Patricia. Have you mailed mine? I have mailed all patterns. And I mailed yours on the Monday or what was this week? Yeah, so it was like Monday and Tuesday. I mailed out 30 patterns each. So, yeah. Tiffany says she got her pattern yesterday. That's awesome. And Tiffany's was mailed, I can't remember when I mailed hers. I can't remember on Tiffany. Brenda says the pattern is perfect, going to be so fun. Thanks to you two. You're welcome. Joanne Parker says, hi, T, and everyone. I pray all is well. Jean says, I couldn't get you on my screen. Oh, okay. But I was there. And we didn't have to redo. Sometimes I have to redo a spot. So, and Patricia says, happy birthday.
Thank y'all.
All right. So we're here. And I'm actually, we have both cut for the blocks. And so just some tips for people, especially beginners. as I mentioned when we were doing when we talked about doing this sew along, that these are 6-inch blocks, 6-inch finish blocks. So that means you're going to be working with small pieces. It doesn't mean that the blocks are more complicated because of that, because I think they're just traditional standard piecing. There's nothing, no set-in seams that I saw.
I'm not for sure.
And so they're doable. It's just that when you're working tiny, you just need to probably sew slower and make sure that you're holding on to the pieces as they go through the side alongside your presser foot, because you don't have anything to hold on to in front. And before you even cut, though, I highly recommend that you press your fabric and perhaps use some spray sizing this time, because you are working with smaller pieces. I use batiks and they don't stretch as much, but there are other cottons that are going to stretch, but you can stabilize any fabric by the intensity of the starch. So if you've got a fabric that stretches a whole lot, you want to use more starch. If it's just basic cottons that don't stretch, but you want to make sure it's not going to get cattywampus as you're piecing, then you want to use less starch, but you still want to starch everything before you cut. I did die cut all of my pieces today with the AccuQuilt die cutting system. And I will be releasing, hopefully later tonight, in between this live and the next live, or either later after the last live. It just depends on when I get time. I do plan to release a list, but I wanted to at least sew one block before I did that. And I have not sewn any blocks. I just cut. I'll be answering any questions about that and posting that list in the Facebook Sew Along group. So that's where that information will be. You got any tips so far? Because you've cut.
I couldn't agree more with your statement about using some type of sizing. For years, I never used anything in my fabrics. I just pressed and I cut. And even though I enjoyed sewing and everything, I did not enjoy the fabric feeling very fiddly. You know what I mean? Like very limp. And then one of my friends suggested that I use some sizing. And so I personally use undiluted starch. I just put it in a spray bottle and I'll spray my fabrics. And
so you didn't even dilute it.
I
Okay.
don't even dilute mine because I really enjoy feeling that firmness of the fabric. So, and that's what helps me whenever I'm doing some piecing.
Okay, so that's a good tip too, that it was undiluted starch for you. So that's what I'm saying. You have to figure out what's going to work best for your fabric. All I did was some homemade best press that I put on mine, but that was because I'm also working with batik fabrics here. So they already have less tendency to stretch, but I still wanted to make sure I put some starch in here. So I'm still laying out my first block just so that you all can see what we're sewing. And we're not answering any questions about sizes because, like I said, this is a paid pattern. So I don't want to be giving out any of her sizes here, but we can talk about sizing and things like that over in the Facebook group. Also, your block, the first block, the Sawtooth Star that we're working on, it's not actually due until October. This is the Sew Along starts October, but Kevin and I couldn't meet the first week of October, so we didn't want to be the third week in October telling you what the October block is. So we're doing it the month before. So that's why we're here like this. And so I don't even know if you can see my background pieces, but they're on there now. And we're going to be sewing these pieces together. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. We'll be talking and chatting with you guys. We gave some tips, but we're not going to be giving it, like I said, any cut sizes tips and things like that. Some people may have the pattern that they purchased on their own, and a lot of the tips we want to actually save and put into the Teaquilts Sew Along group. Let me go back and see who has come in since we started. Oh my goodness. That many comments came in? No, it can't be that many. I'm trying to find. I
You're
remember
hilarious.
reading from Patricia Carluccio when she asked, "Had you mailed mine?" Emily says, "Hi, T and everybody. On my way home now. Lovely to join a live at 6 p.m. in Kent, United Kingdom.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
in the UK.
Cool.
That's awesome." Tiffany says, Tiffany got her pattern yesterday. Brenda says, the pattern is perfect. We read that. We read that one. Happy birthday from Patricia. I read that one. Darlene says, my pattern took 7 days to arrive. And it is so weird
It's
how the
US
mail
mail.
system is
It's
running.
crazy.
It is crazy. Some people that I sent number 50 and 60 to got them before number 5.
There's not a lot
and
of
that was a
rhyme or
week
reason.
difference in the mailing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that is all on them. That is not on you.
I've mailed everything. Ellen, I just mailed Ellen her pattern. She was in the last batch, and she's got hers already in Indiana. So it's just weird. Betsy's here, Kevin. She says, "Happy birthday, Kevin!"
Oh, you guys.
Janice Miller, happy birthday, Kevin. Enjoy your day. Didi Hanson's here from Chicago. From Chicago? You in Chicago? That's not what she normally says.
Really?
No. Michigan.
Oh, well, she must be visiting across the lake.
Carla says, oh, thanks, T, for the AccuQuilt list. You're welcome. It's going to be coming soon. Didi says, I am number 58. I got my pattern today. See what I'm saying? And some people before her still haven't gotten them.
Just no rhyme or reason.
And they haven't come back to me. I check my P.O. box every day as well. Brenda says, I am enjoying the Niagara. Luke smells great. Just the right stiffness for me. It must be a starch or something. Niagara Luke.
Oh, okay.
In the can.
Yeah.
See, I haven't bought can starch in so long, or the spray bottle starch. I haven't bought it in a long time.
Am I allowed to say what kind I use?
You can say whatever you want to use.
Well, now it just escaped me.
Well, then.
It's in a blue container. But
you're talking about Stay Flow.
Stay Flow, that's it.
I
Stay
use
Flow.
that sometimes.
And
or Faultless, whichever one I can find locally, because I've had to order Faultless unconcentrated, the concentrated starch. I have had to order, and then when you order it from them direct, you got to buy a case, which is 6. Yeah. It's like, that's too much.
And I'm going to answer a question before they even ask. Does it flake? Yes, it does. But I do it on the back of the fabric whenever I'm starching. So.
And the starch queen, Deborah Quilt, says, I always use starch for my fabrics and starch when block is completed. Her stuff better not even think about getting a wrinkle or a bend. She don't play. That's why she's the starch queen.
Yes.
And Vicki was saying that the block was pretty. Thank you, Vicki. Denise, thank you so much. She's still reminding people to hit the thumbs up. I just got mine yesterday, but I ordered later too. That was from Cheryl Land. Yep. It's just weird to me how the mail's working. And the first 40-something blocks, I actually took up to the counter and they put the electronic tracking thing on it because they had to run them through and I paid. The other ones, they told me to just go ahead and put stamps because I think they were tired of doing it. But it seems like the ones with the stamps is getting there quicker than the ones with the electronic.
I cannot look at you with this birthday. You look so... She looks like a little kid, right?
I am a kid. What's wrong with you?
You are so
I'm also hot. I don't have my fan right up here.
I can go
I'm always hot. What is your on?
I don't know, but I can turn it down.
Yeah. Woo.
I'll be right back.
Don't leave me here with these people by myself, Kevin.
You'll be fine.
I've been hot flashing ever since I started moving stuff this morning. Let me. And Vicky says, wait till Xmas shipping starts. That will be a mess. You got that right. You better do it early or not at all. Dee Dee says, oops, I am in Michigan. Thinking about Chicago. I was like, you in Chicago? Oh, that is funny. Bessie says, happy Saturday from beautiful Innsbruck. So she's having fun. That's awesome. Deborah says, I am in Chicago still waiting on my pattern. And see, that's weird because Chicago should have gotten it quicker than Indianapolis. That's weird. And y'all think your pattern was mailed before Ellen's too. Paula says, is Kevin using different fabrics and colors than URT? Yes, he is. He doesn't have, do you have here, use that board to show them your fabric. Can you, he's sewing it now,
yeah,
so
I'll
you've got to wait.
Sewing. How about
well,
that?
can you lay one out? You can lay one out. Don't be so mean to the peoples.
You want to put it on
yeah.
there?
Don't be so mean to the peoples. I come over here, it's Kevin's birthday. He's giving me birthday gift. Okay, he made this design board he about to show you all. Because that's how Kevin does. Deborah says, that's right. About her, she says, I use faultless heavy starch.
There you go.
Leetta Bryant's here, says, hi, T and everyone. Hi, Leetta. Susan T says, Deborah Quilts, that's right. She is agreeing. Ellen says, I makes my own starch. Bonita says, is that your machine, Miss T, or did Kevin lend you one? I brought my own machine. When you're, especially on these little bitty pieces, you need to know where your 1/4 inch or scant quarter. This is the time I probably would recommend a scant, and then measuring your units before you sew them into the final block. If you're not comfortable with your 1/4 inch seam, now is the time to get comfortable with your 1/4 inch seam. So I definitely brought my own machine. And Kevin's laying out a block. It takes a minute to lay these little things out. They got a lot of pieces.
Yes, and it's not going to be perfect, but, you know.
We got to lay them out.
I decided I wanted to do my version of this quilt in all reproduction red and neutral fabrics. So mine's going to be a 2-color quilt. Whenever I approach a quilt like this, I like to try things that I maybe haven't. So I'm checking off a lot of things I got. I wanted to do a 2-color quilt. I wanted to do a red and white quilt. And what else was it? Red and white quilt, and it was a neutral. There was another thing. I'll think of it. Whenever you get older, like on my birthday, you forget things. There's one of my blocks for today. So using all reproduction
Very pretty.
reds and neutrals.
Okay. So I have a birthday gift from my friend. You always got to bring your friend just a little bit of chocolate.
Thank you, Mr. Goodbar. Yes.
This is also a gift from my friend.
Oh, microfiber.
They're microfiber towels, and they're actually at the Dollar Tree.
Oh,
I just didn't get a chance to do them, but they wipe up dust good.
Yeah.
I like them in my car, too. I just leave one in my car to wipe my dashboard all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
I forgot your card,
Can I show
though.
this?
Yes.
You're the cat's meow.
I forgot the birthday card, but my heart's in the right place.
Yes.
So let's
my.
open those up.
This is like Christmas morning.
Yes. Open.
Well, I hate to take up all this time doing
Oh, we just here.
We're just here.
They said they want to see us live. We're
Look
live.
Look how pretty she wrapped these. Now, she does not want me getting into this because this thing is taped. Big time.
What you supposed to do with a wrapping paper?
Let's see. Oh.
And don't call out what die numbers they are, but.
Oh my. Hey, thank you.
You can hold it up.
Look at that.
Just let them see it. Yeah.
It's a die for the AccuQuilt. Ooh, thank you. she knows the way to my heart.
I'm getting him out of my stash, guys. He can stay out my stash.
It's
my stash.
Our
Okay, yeah. And the chickens meow laughing out loud. That's Susan. Kevin has a cat too, in case you all didn't know.
Oh, cool. Oh, neato. And this
Now
is
that one's not one you're going to be using with this, but I know that that's a size that you can use, especially when you're doing stuff like that.
Yes, I love that. Thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
I love that. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Wow.
Bonita says, I thought the wrapping paper was a fat quarter.
Oh, goodness.
You can't put that over here, the other gift. You got it all up in the paper. I don't want you throwing stuff away.
You know I ain't going to throw that away. Uh-oh. What is this?
That's the fat quarter. That is so funny.
It's so cute. It's cats playing with yarn and stuff. Can y'all see that? That is so cute. Love it. Thank you, Miss T.
Oh, you're welcome. Anything for you, Kevin. But I'm just giving this to you just because. Nothing special today.
Okay.
Nothing is special.
Wow. Look at here. Oh my gosh. I love this one. Thank you so much.
Which one is that?
That's the Diamond Star.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Wow. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun now. Yay.
Oh, that was just at the bottom of the bag, trying to make it have a bottom. Ain't no money in there. There's no money in there. You can forget it. You can forget it. Set it and forget it.
Do they even know about that? Do they even know that?
So a lot of these ladies are over 40, 50 years old. They know what I'm talking about.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool. Thank you. Awesome. Yes. Quarter square. Love quarter
This
square.
one is too.
Yes. Thank you, Miss
No,
T.
this is half. This must be quarter.
This one is. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There. Yay. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Don't be looking in this bag's empty. Go back in the bag.
You are so silly. Thank you, Miss T.
Don't be trying to act like I ain't got enough. Let me go back in this bag.
I feel like it's Christmas morning.
Say when the gifts are flowing, it's like, let me check one more time.
Yes. You all know what I'm talking about. Make sure I don't got my...
Wowzer, what a haul from Shannon Forest.
I know,
Tiff
right?
says great gifts.
Yes, thank you.
Is that a go die? Yes, 2 go dies and 2 studio dies. Kevin actually has a studio system. I'm finding that some of the dies, they don't have all of our standard piecing dies in the studio. They don't have them in all sizes. So then you have to revert back to buying them in the go. Happy birthday, Kevin from Melinda C.
Hey, thanks, Melinda.
Awesome gifts from both Bonita and Beverly.
Yes.
And Susan says, yay, a die. Best birthday. And they love your reproductions.
Thank you.
Kevin.
I do too.
Beautiful, Kevin. I haven't chose fabric yet. That's Tiffany. Maybe later. I'm pushing through a job right now. Nice block, Kevin. Great block. Very nice block. Very pretty. Pretty, Kevin. What is the fabric Kevin is using for his wall for display? It's the fabric that's made by who? Moda? Cave? Okay, because I got some. I don't even know who it's by.
Cave Grid.
Cave Grid. In case you didn't hear him, because he doesn't have a mic. He hasn't graduated yet. I don't think I can run 2 mics from the iPad.
Yeah, that may be true.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're basically sewing here. We'll be chatting if we can. Leetta says, happy birthday, Kevin.
Thank you, Leetta.
Denise is loving your gifts that you got.
Me too.
Dee Dee says, be sure to explain how to attach the flying geese without cutting off the points. One of the Facebook members was concerned about that. I do it by putting the flying geese on top. We'll be talking about a lot of that stuff over in the group. We may end up. Whoa.
What? What'd you do? What happened? What? Are you okay? What is going on? What'd you
do you happen to have a spool of thread? I'm so used to using this thread stand at home. I just unhooked my machine because I've been sewing on it. I don't have any thread.
Do you want a thread stand?
Oh, the kind that go on here because I don't.
Is our feel okay?
Uh-huh. I got plenty of bobbins wound.
I was like, what on earth?
I go up here to start sewing. I got my first 2 pieces already. But I have no thread.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Yep.
I showed up on time. Sort of, kind of. I made a detour and got food. They're laughing at me already. T must like you, Kevin. Ha ha ha. That's Mary. Mary don't came in the door.
Yes, you do.
Just a little. I can't really stand them, you know. Lisa Rodhouse is here. Hi. She says, hi, T and Kevin. Fat quilt peppermint patty here. Okay. Welcome. You also joined the sew along. So thank you so much for doing that. Appreciate that. Lisa Rodhouse, not Road. Rodhouse is here.
Okay.
Yes. Any thread is fine. I would be sewing with purple thread today, okay? When you don't bring your own stuff, you cannot be choosy.
I was like, well, first off, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, why is she laughing? Did something happen? Did something happen like it happened in Iowa that once? But
you need to quit. You are so mean to me, and I am just so nice to you, but you are mean to me.
Yes, I'm so mean.
You are so mean to me. That's what you are.
No, this is a lot of fun, and I appreciate Miss T letting me sew with you all on this. This is just one of those projects where we can all get in on it together and just do our own thing, and just think of all the different variety of quilts that is going to come out of it. It's really going to be pretty.
Let that down in a fabric mold. Oops. What in the world? This thing don't jump to a whole pattern and everything. It's trying to break my needle over here.
What?
I'm gonna cut up.
What happened?
It broke my needle, and you know I ain't got no needle, right?
Are you serious?
Well, I might have needles. I may not have equipment to go in here. Yeah. It just went to... By the time we've been moving around, it probably had jumped to a decorative stitch because it's sitting there on a decorative stitch.
Oh.
I'm going to cut this off.
Do you need anything, like a screwdriver?
I need to... This is loose, but the needle is jammed up in there. This is what happens. See, this is real life sewing right here.
Life right here. That's exactly right.
This is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Just know when you're home by yourself that things are not just happening to you. It happens to everybody. Okay, my needle is loose. I don't know why my needle won't fall out if this is loose. Take this foot off. And take this end off with the broken part. T may not be sewing anything today. Do you have tweezers over there by any chance?
I have.
When my needle broke, it's like jammed into the needle bar housing, and I've got my housing completely loose, and my needle is still stuck up in there. So I don't know what that's about. That's the first time I've ever had that happen. Oh, I got tweezers in here. Sorry. I didn't even know I had them. I might need some pliers. Things happen. Okay, I'm finna go home.
No, you ain't. I will get you another machine to sew.
This is so weird.
I don't have a small pliers.
Okay.
See if I can get it?
You can. I got this tool that has a hole in it. I'm trying to wiggle it. There it goes.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Finally, this hat worked.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Using the hole and wiggling it with that. That worked.
Oh, gosh. I'll take that.
Oh,
I gotta,
the little part, yeah. Okay. Okay, and then I guess I might want to take this off to make sure that it looked like a little piece of that needle might be somewhere else. Machine maintenance.
This is a good time to ask what people do with their old needles.
Yeah, I put mine into like a film canister. You got a pill bottle.
Yep. Put mine in a pill bottle. So.
I just want to now take it off so I can make sure that there's no part of that needle down in here. So I'm going to take the whole bobbin case, everything apart here. This is what happened, guys.
Real life.
Things happen. I can't even get this one in the back. I might need a shorter screwdriver. You can try it, but I think I need a shorter one. I got these screws on here tight too, apparently. Thank you.
That better? I think I have one more.
I think I have one. I don't think it's fat enough. That's what it is. I can't get the other one. Let's see. Michelle the Quilter says hello from Central New York. Hi, Michelle. She says, happy birthday, Kevin. Have fun.
Oh, thank you.
And Susan says, hysterical. They still laughing at me not having any thread. And then C-Rex go, now that's funny. No thread and got the thread icon. It's Miss Crocheter. That's Susan.
Yes, she is.
She's always available. Vivian Cabby is laughing. Joanne says, I'm cracking up. It happens to the best of us from Denise. That's right. Michelle says, he might be able to find thread. Melinda C is laughing. Kevin, that was what I was thinking. That was Betsy talking about that's what she was thinking when you was going, did you do something that you did in Iowa? Debbie Williams says, Kevin's sewing studio. Yes. And Kevin is in the process of redoing his studio, so we're just showing the back half of his studio for right now because he's still going through stuff, sorting. And his other side is open and neat. It's just that he doesn't have everything back in yet, so he's working on that. He's trying to figure out how he wants to sew. I'm making a list to read before I hit the door rule. Yeah, I normally do that, and I normally pull up my big stand like he has here. I'm so used to sewing with my big thread stand, and then I switched out machines because I got my Bernina back. So I'm also doing two things at one time. I hooked my Bernina up to the thread, okay? And just brought this one with no thread. Just not thinking.
I think I know.
Hi, TNT Quilters. I will have to watch later. Busy. That's Mario. Kevin, I love your environment. Brenda says, I had to put y'all on my Bluetooth speaker because hubby felt left out with all my laughing out loud. Michelle says, this happens every time I go to class. I always start off way behind. And Vicky's telling Brenda to get him to cut and sew, laughing out loud. I would be sweating bullets by now, T. No, I don't. You know what? I don't worry about it because as soon as I get home, I got like 5 or 6 or 10 other machines.
Sniff of that underarm. Girl, you got these in here, and I know I have a short, fat.
Let me see.
Screwdriver.
And that's what this takes, and that's why it's tight like that, because that's what tightens it.
I know.
I may not be able to get that out. Let me just look down in here and see if I can see anything. This down. Oh, I cut it off. I cut it off because it was on one of them fancy stitches. Let me see if I'm running it, if I can hear anything without a needle in it. Well, it's sounding quiet. Let me cut it up. I don't hear anything. We're going to just go with it, Kevin.
Sure.
Yeah, I got another machine if this one mess up. I got plenty. I got Miss Bernie sitting there waiting on me when I get back anyway. Thank you, sir.
Well, I apologize.
No, it's not your fault.
Well, but if I had that stuff, just know exactly where it is.
This is not your fault at all. It's all mine.
I thought I knew exactly where that.
Okay, we'll put this in here. All of this big tools go in the back. Now you know it's not gonna fit back in here. That's just how it would be.
Well, sure.
Because why would it work out like that?
Right.
Okay. This one is yours. I'm just gonna put this back on.
Did you have another needle?
Yes. I keep those in here. The other tool, because I have 2 baby locks, and I couldn't find that, they switched them in the years, and I like the one tool, so it's always in my sewing area. I did not think I would be doing machine maintenance. All right, so now I just got to do a needle. I thought I took it out. Yes.
I've got my first units sewn, and I'm going to go press them. Okay, so I'll be right back.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
I'll just be across the room.
Don't leave me with these peoples. Treat him how he treated me when I had to run to the restroom. What am I going to do? You're going to talk. Okay. 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 Got all of that. All right, we got a scrap here we're going to sew on. We're not even messing with our original pieces right now. We're going to use a scrap. And it's saying it's straight stitch.
You sure?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Something must have got hit when I ran out of thread or something. When I didn't have thread, I ran out of thread. You know, that's the story. I ran out of thread. I'm also going to check my 1/4 inch just to make sure, since it could be out of whack a little bit. I'm thinking this is Bernina. You know how you get used to certain machines doing stuff? It's like this machine, I like a couple things the Bernina doesn't do. The Bernina cuts and lifts your foot up. This one does not. It cuts, and then I got to raise the foot, and it's like, I don't want to raise the foot.
You get spoiled.
Right. So let's measure this. That's one thing I recommend too. Do your seam and then measure. I'm right at 1/4 inch. So just want to make sure nothing happened different. Let's see. Alan says, T, I put my needles onto the wood case I bought from you that match my wooden press. I even put handheld needles in it as well. That's what I bought mine for, is for hand needles when I do applique. I have a spot on my machine here on the side of in my case that I can put a whole, it's for a whole pack of needles, but I put 2 in there, and they're the large size Smiths. I got 2 of these wider units. You can't even see it, but I got 2 of these in there that holds maybe 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 10 needles it holds. And I've got a second one in there as well. So I do have a space for those. So it's a good thing that I keep them in here. And I always have them no matter where I go. Okay, so I can sew now. Maybe. Maybe.
But you know what? And I think all of you will agree with me. It's very nice knowing that someone like T, who, I mean, you know, she's very popular in the quilting world, is real. She's real. These things happen. So I think that's great.
And you got to remember, I got a potential spam caller. We won't answer that. I won't do it. C-Rex, almost real life. I didn't hear one cuss word. You know what? That kind of stuff doesn't fluster me, I guess. Because even if I can't sew, I would then become his sew worker. I would be pressing and...
Sew sewer.
Yeah, I would be pressing over here and everything else. It doesn't bother me because I've learned, I guess at my age, I've learned if you can't control it, why let it make the rest of your day bad? Because if I couldn't sew on any of my pieces, I still haven't solved the problem and I'm upset. So I just moved to the next thing. I've learned.
Sweat the small stuff.
I've just learned.
And that's more important.
And even if I was at home, that wouldn't even have caused that behavior. I just keep it moving. It's on the more serious stuff, like when I got to take out like 300 inches of stitches. Or half a quilt. Right. And my friend Kevin volunteered. I know he probably was cursing.
No, I knew that helped.
He learned his lesson. He'll never volunteer to take out some other stitching in the future if anybody.
Not true. Not true. I'll help you out anytime I can.
Kevin has a beautiful studio space. That's a good idea to use the racks for storage.
Thank you.
Patricia says, T, do you know of a good chair to use for sewing? I actually bought a chair from IKEA. I don't know what brand it is, and I actually like the chair. I bought chairs from office supply places, and as I sit in them and using them as I'm sewing, I noticed the chair is losing the spring. It's going down, and I have to keep constantly lifting myself up. Now, I bought this chair, and I thought it was reasonably priced at IKEA, and I haven't had that issue. The other thing is chairs do have a weight maximum on them. And I think the IKEA chairs are 300 pounds. So you have to watch that when you're buying a chair as well. Another thing you can do is if you're thinking about like a name brand chair, like these popular chairs you can get at your sewing centers, every time you go in there, go sit on them. You know, take a class and sit on them. Because I've been wondering if the Bernina chairs are any good. So I signed up for a class at a Bernina deal, and now I get to sit them for 2 days in a row. And I get to see if I have to press that spring. And, you know, I'm not the only one that sat in that chair. It's going to be other people have sat in that chair. So I'm interested in seeing how the spring is going to work on that. And it's not even because I want a red chair. It's because I'm trying to find a good
A good chair.
well-made chair. But so far, for the money, when I don't buy them at Office Supplies anymore. I just go get this particular brand chair at IKEA. And when I get there tonight, if you come back on the live, just ask me, and then I'll have to get up and flip my chair because you know I'm not going to remember, right, what it is. But I have to flip the chair and get the label information off of it. So, yeah. But that's what I'm sewing on. That's been the best chair I've used that didn't lose the spring in it. IKEA. In many years.
And I got to get new chairs, and I'm going to get Miss T a chair for when she comes over here.
Didn't get notice of the live. That's Carissa. She says, didn't see what time it was. Finally here. Can't wait until the big weather change next week. Vicky says, T, a flashlight will help. She's talking about when I was trying to see if I could look down in there. Okay. And a magnet. Somebody said something about a magnet. Oh, and would a magnet work? Yeah. It looked like it's fine. I was just thinking that the needle looked kind of short, but I guess that was all of it. Oh, he makes his own quilts. Set down, designs them a neutral, and he helps me with a lot. Oh, that's her husband. That's Brenda.
Oh, okay.
Nellie Franco says, hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Happy birthday, Kevin. Just received my pattern. Thank you, T. You're welcome. I agree, Mary. They talking about weather. I'm going to skip those. Carissa says, I put the sticker you sent with my pattern on my Juki tee. Yes. Whenever somebody orders, I had ordered like a big supply of them. So whenever somebody order, sometimes I put them on the outside of the package, and sometimes I also put them on the inside of the package as well. If I decide not to put one on the outside of the package, then I'll make sure I put it on the inside if I have any. So I still got some right now. So I've been giving out stickers. I know they've been putting them on every machine. They're just collecting them. Every time they order, they looking for their sticker. Tom Eckery is here saying, hey, Kevin. Hey, T and Kevin. Just hopped on to say happy birthday, Kevin, and have fun sewing for the quilt swap.
Thanks, Tommy boy.
Ha, ha, ha. Maxie Doodle says, hi, everyone. She said, sorry I'm late. Happy birthday, Kevin. That's Maxie Doodle. And Patricia saying she'll remind me tonight about the chair. What I wouldn't do to sit in that room with T and Kevin. That's Maxie Doodle. What time is the live tonight? It's at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. What about gamers chat? Some sewers swear by these. Gamers chat? Gamers chair. Okay, yeah. And I have heard of that, and those chairs are very expensive. But I have heard, I actually looked some up to see if I was going to do it. And it's like, I have to sit in a chair. And at the time, when I looked it up, it was like right when COVID first started, and I haven't looked it up again. But if I'm going to spend that kind of money on a chair, I have to put my butt in the chair and know what that chair is going to feel like. I'm just saying. When you're spending hundreds of dollars, right. $200, $300, $400 for a chair, I need to sit on that chair.
I agree.
Because it's hard to ship that kind of stuff back.
Yes.
Quiltygram says, happy birthday, Kevin.
Thank you.
Hi, T and everyone. And Sin says that it is at about 300. Yep, I know, because I looked them up. And then you got to remember, when I looked them up, they were close to that. And stuff has been going up because of COVID and lack of parts and supplies and things like that. So it's only getting worse as far as the cost. And Joanne says, I will check out the gamers. Started a new 1-inch binder for this sew along. Put my stickers on binder. That's nice. That's from Brenda.
I hope everyone's doing it because it's a wonderful idea that you have.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about losing them. That's for sure. You know where they are. And I'm gonna switch my book over. I just found another book that I got some quilt designs that I can purchase from somebody. Deborah had made me a book with a cover, and I'm going to switch mine to a pretty one later on. Okay, I've sewn only one seam. Kevin's almost finished over there.
Oh, yeah.
All 4 of his blocks done.
Not.
All 4 of them done.
Not today.
Just
No.
go, Kevin.
I have looked forward to this though, especially during my work week. I talked to T a couple of times. And I was like, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be off this plane and sewing with you on Saturday.
Yeah, this is I do traditional piece blocks, but this being more shown for reproduction pattern and stuff like that, it was really Kevin's idea to do the pattern. And I go, he said, you wouldn't want to do that, would you? I said, yeah, because it's traditional. And then I like the challenge that they're 6-inch blocks too. They're not like 12-inch blocks. So I do like the smaller block. And like I said, you do want to sew slower. You don't want to just be zooming these little bitty pieces through. If, when you're just sewing, you're starting out with 2-inch square you're sewing. So you want to be careful. So did you press your seams open on these?
I'm following the pressing instructions.
What'd she say?
On the 4 patch, I don't think it matters. Mm-hmm. So I spun my seams. Mm-hmm. And
you snorting already.
I'm telling her what. Oh, I'm not supposed to be saying though, am I?
What?
About the pressing instructions.
I was just asking.
Okay. I'm just pressing for the instructions.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I just asked you a question.
Oh, good.
And then I spun my seams. Spin them, baby. Spin them.
Yes, I love spinning seams.
Somebody says, I have one. I think my Arrow has storage and seat and is very comfortable. Jean says, I need to buy a binder. Patricia says, Martelli's are $400. She's talking about the chair plus shipping. Oh, and I don't personally, I don't buy anything Martelli anymore. So, just saying.
Well, I don't either.
They just personally ripped me off at a show, so I just don't appreciate it. Them costing me $10, $15 extra dollars has lost them major hundreds of dollars because I'm a heavy quilt world shopper.
Right. Yeah.
And it has lost them money that they don't even know that they could have had. So.
You want to know why I don't? Am I allowed to say?
Mm-hmm.
Because at a show, I had a question, and I thought it was a very valid question about one of their products. And the guy that was helping me was very nice. And he said, let me go ask the owner of the company or whatever that was there. And I saw him ask her the question, and she just kind of rolled her eyes like that was the stupidest question she's ever heard. I was like, okay, you lost me.
Yeah, they had a show special for me, and I had given the lady, and it probably was the owner, I had given her my card, and somebody came up and saw Teaquilts and was talking to me. And then I didn't even notice it because she rung me up, put my stuff in the bag. And then when I got back to the booth where I was working, I noticed that, no, I didn't notice until I got home on a live chat and I was doing the haul because I took the receipt out. And she had charged me regular price. I didn't even get the show special. Why in the box? I don't know what that is. Somebody says, Kevin, do you fly? Do you fly the plane?
I wish I flew the plane. I'd be making a lot more money.
Beverly has a koala chair. It sits good, she says. And that's who I was thinking because that's who Jackman sells here. And I said if I ever bought a chair, I probably would do that. But it's like I never had time to, like at a show, of course they're going to bring their best of the best. Right. And so if I buy a chair locally, it would be from Jackman's, other than IKEA.
The koala stuff can get really expensive.
Yeah. So, but they have sales sometimes at Jackman's.
Yeah, they do.
T-Rex says, I'm making the Acorn Table Runner by Lori Holt until I choose my fabrics for the sew-along. Kevin, are you using a featherweight, a white one?
I sure am.
Carissa,
Yes, I am.
I haven't cut any pieces for my blocks yet. Laughing out loud, I sold a test block yesterday. Want to see what the border pieces will look like. I'm laying in bed, got home from work at 10 a.m. That's what you're supposed to do if you've been working all night.
I feel
And
for
Maxie
you.
Doodle says, no more telly for me. No, I just don't like rip-off people.
Yeah.
So I, you know, and like I said, I have their rotary cutters. But yeah, I just don't like it when you do that. I didn't even contact them because it don't matter because I'm never buying from you again. So you know what you did. You know your show special. Come on. So. And I've heard some other things from other people. I just have not been reporting it on my channel, but I've heard a lot of things about their business tactics and things like that. And I know other vendors that do national shows, that vend at national shows, have told me that they had even got put out of Paducah.
You know, that's a shame. I mean, that's a real shame. You can't. Some people just don't understand good business, you know?
They hang out in the hall screaming at quilters when they over in other booths trying to get them to come over into their booths, and said that they finally got, Paducah had so many complaints, finally they had kicked them out, and that's when they were in the mall for like 2 or 3 years. I don't know if you remember when they were in the mall vending, and that's when they had got kicked out, and they put them on probation. So, but you didn't hear it from me. Yep. Just say it. Few bucks is not worth being dishonest like that. So, all right, I am slowly sewing, like slowly. Haven't done a whole lot. As much as I love y'all, I'd rather stay here instead of getting ready to leave for a wedding. I will watch the replay. Have fun at the wedding. Weddings are nice. Yes. At least they having them again. Last year, everything was canceled. So, that's cool. If you wanted a big affair. Otherwise, you were just in your backyard. Because you couldn't even rent a place last year. I got a 4-patch. I got a 4-patch. Okay, we're going to work on flying geese now. Flying geese. How are you making your geese? Did you just cut your geese shape?
I did.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Yeah. It's like, no way, Jose.
Yeah, I'm not big on the market.
Did you rotary cut?
I did.
Okay. Well, you won't have to no more.
Am I allowed to share this?
Oh, yeah, you can share that. It was a drop down. We got special effects.
There's my first one, and I really like it. I think I'm going to like it.
And it looks good. How are your pieces lining up since you rotary cut?
Yeah, I'm pleased.
You got your 1/4 inches? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pleased.
Look good.
I'm pleased. I'll put this up here so everyone can see. Here, I'll put mine on this side. You can put yours on that side. How about that?
I can put mine on that side too if I want to.
You put yours wherever you want.
I can do what I want. You are not the boss of me. I've told you before.
You are crazy.
You are not the boss of me. Just like nobody knows it's your birthday.
Yes. Only a good friend would do something like that, right?
Mm-mm. Like, what are you talking about? I wasn't the first one to mention it.
Oh, goodness.
And that's why I was getting mad at AccuQuilt when their website was down. It was like, because I was waiting to see what we needed.
Now it makes sense. Okay. Okay.
It was like, we need to get this website back up.
So the funny thing is we were talking about what we needed and everything.
Right, but he kept asking me and he wanted die numbers, and I said I'm not giving it to him because he gonna order it, and I said, Kevin, I haven't done that yet, and that's another reason y'all don't have the list. If I'd have put that list out there, Kevin would have bought all of those dies, and I wasn't having it.
Oh, well, I appreciate it, too. This is special to know that came from this.
So yeah,
Sweet.
nice little perfect flying geese unit. I don't know if you all can see that.
Yay.
It's so dark. But that's there. Got one.
I love your colors that you're working with. I love the teaks too.
Well, thank you, sir. I was up all night trying to get the wax off.
Yeah. Right.
I made them myself, you know.
You made the batiks yourself.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Tea.
Had to get the wax off.
Wow.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. You are a woman of many talents.
Y'all like a comedy show. That's Uncle Carissa.
Like a couple of goofballs.
Right. That's why people think we're married when we go out, because we hag each other like a married couple.
Well, I do the cutting and you do the sewing.
Oh, Bonita says, my nephew used to say all the time, you're not the voice of me. Right.
Well, it makes sense.
Uh-huh.
It makes sense.
Trying to talk for somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's what my niece used to tell people when she was a kid. You're not the boss of me.
Miss Benita, are you going to do that Carolina quilt shop hop? Are you going to go on that? I want to know. You let us know.
Let's see. Pretty colors, Kevin. Pretty colors.
Aww.
Nice, Kevin. What beautiful. The niece reminding people to thumbs up. Thank you. I'm making you a moderator, girl. Hold on. And she keeps letting them know to make her stuff bold.
Yes.
If you don't want to be a moderator, let me know. I'll take it off. But she's always telling people to thumbs up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have the cutter. Before I bought it, I don't like it. Huh. She says, I have the cutter. BF, I don't know what that is. Bought it, don't like it. Maybe because you're not using it correctly, too, could be.
Huh. I love mine.
At least you're having fun with your progress, Miss T. Yes. I get less done when I'm here I'm live having fun with Kevin.
We both do.
But, hey, it's all about life. You got to enjoy the process. Everything's not about speed.
That's right.
Are all your private sew-alongs this lively?
Yes, every single last one of them.
Well,
this is the only one you've done.
No, the Christmas one, yes, because we were clowning. And then in Iowa, the day before the birthday, you were clowning. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
How can you say that?
What?
How can you say that?
Everything is fine.
You are so silly.
And then you've got today. I haven't snorted once.
Well, I only snort when I'm around you.
I'm a lady.
Is that why you posted that one video on YouTube?
Well, I was a lady. I said, excuse me, but you always over-exaggerate every freaking thing.
I can't help that.
It did not.
I can't help that whenever you did that, waves rippled on the Mississippi.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying.
I just can't help
that's
it.
exactly what I'm saying. Just exaggerate everything. I told him that's why him and my daughter get along. They both storytellers.
Oh, yeah.
Can tell some tales. They are storytellers.
Oh, goodness. We tell the truth.
And Carla talking about, yes, very lively.
Carla, you need to be closer. You would be so much fun to sew with Carla.
She all the way in California.
I know
We can't even get to her.
When she's on those Zooms, she just cracks me up when she starts telling those stories. It's just like, she's a great storyteller. I love it.
I just had one of my little pieces go down into the machine. I felt it. It's like, stop sewing. Mm-hmm. Sure did. Trying to tear it up, too. Let me get the seam ripper because I don't want to use my snips and get it out. Put something skinny in there. I want my piece intact.
Oh, I just thought of the other reason why I really wanted to do this quilt. I have never done a sampler quilt.
Really?
I have never done a sampler quilt.
I can't believe that.
And I really like the way this one is because you're doing 4 of each unit, thus the 4-star idea. So that was the other reason I truly have never done a sampler quilt.
Wow, man. Wow.
That just came to me.
All right, I saved my piece because these are little bitty pieces. You start jerking on them too much.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cause a mess. I don't even know why it went down there because I don't have points. They're all chopped off. But it did. I'm going to start from the other end this time. Little bitty pieces, but you just have to take your time with them. Okay. All right. Got all of my little flying geese units. Here's my press. Gave us a tablecloth and everything. I feel like royalty over here.
Well, you are. You're the queen of scraps. You are royalty.
So they can see what I'm doing. I've just scooted over a little bit. Pressing these flying geese open with my wood press. And I now have a 9-patch block.
Pretty.
Sort of, kind of.
And are you using all different batiks for the different backgrounds, or are you going to use?
No, I'm not Kevin the quilter. I'm not little Kevin. Because what I did was I cut for my 4 blocks. All of my backgrounds are different for the 4 blocks.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cut some star pieces out of these fabrics. So they'll also be in my border.
Okay.
So you're doing yours a little different. Yes.
But within each block, the backgrounds are different for each star, right? That's what you just said. Like.
Well, I could use it if I have to.
Okay.
I would use it somewhere else later on in the quilt.
Right, but like in these 4 stars.
They're going to be different.
Okay.
And I'll start out using as many backgrounds as I have available to me, but if I run out, I'm not going to panic. If I don't want to cut yardage, I'm not going to do it.
You got a good
I'm going to use this. I got plenty of materials. I'm just like, I'm not going to cut yardage if I got scraps. I'm trying to get rid of some of the scraps.
I understand that.
So I will not be calling my friend. I'm going to use what's in my face. I'm going to use what's in my face.
Well.
So yeah, but I did cut, I cut star pieces out of these as well. Mm-hmm. So I'll see my fabric again in the border, which is what I wanted. I wanted to see them in the stars.
Mm-hmm. Your friend Kevin's weird.
Well, he just likes what he likes. That's all. I'm not that persnickety. I said I met somebody worse than me. Seriously.
Well, I guess the reason that I'm kind of like that, and I guess we should tell them, because I like using everything different in my quilt. I want everything different in my quilt, is because if I have it and it's available to me, why not? That's my personal.
You have smaller pieces anyway,
Right,
whereas
exactly.
I'm not going to go cut yardage to do it.
A lot of you commented on that one photo I posted in the Facebook group pertaining to the neutrals. And I think a lot of you all think that was yardage. That was not yardage. That was mostly like maybe a fat quarter or smaller, of small pieces, folded up. So I don't want y'all under the impression that was all yardage, because it wasn't. But I do have a lot of variety to choose from, so, and I'm thankful for that.
Little bitty pieces. Gotta line them up. I don't even use. Have you been using pins? I haven't. I don't use pins normally on little pieces, because all it does is put a hump in it.
I rarely, if ever, use pins unless it's for a border, or there's super long rows that have a lot of matching.
Ta-da. I don't know where I'm pressing and seeing. Oops. My board's slipping as I'm trying to get it off. That's the thing with batiks. I'm still up here trying to see what's left and right side, and it doesn't even matter. Right. Just sew it together, girl. Sometimes there is a significant difference on the back and the front, but most times it's not. I haven't even read what her pressing instructions are.
Since they're bordered, it really doesn't
Matter.
Sashed
and
bordered.
It doesn't matter. But I'm doing what I did.
You do you.
All right. I haven't read comments in a long time. Sharon T's birthday cake, Kevin. That's from Robin Boyd.
Aww.
I love that, Kevin. I don't know if you showed. That was at 118. Did you show something at 118 2 minutes ago?
Maybe that star block.
I don't. Oh, okay.
Maybe.
My plan is to starch, press, and cut out everything, then sew.
Is she meaning the whole quilt, or
that's
just
Carla? Carla have to answer that.
Carla, what do you mean? The whole quilt, or just each block as we're doing them? Do you cut out quilts like everything?
No, only time I do that is if Eleanor Burns tell me what to cut. Because Eleanor is good at telling you everything you need to cut in a quilt. Like the Underground Railroad, I think she has set up like that, where you cut the entire quilt out and put them in baggies. Somebody said, Carissa, will you cut out the whole quilt before you start? They asked me, Carissa. She says, no, because I'm not sure what pieces I want in each star. I am going to do it block by block. Personally, myself. I had to leave and pick up grandson up. I truly enjoyed you all today. I have to leave. That's Joanne. Thanks for making my day, and I pray that you all stay safe and be blessed. Aww. Well, thank you for popping in with us today.
Thank you.
Cindy Hall says mine too. It's It is hard to get them out. I don't know.
It is hard to get them out.
Oh, Carla says yes, the whole quilt. Now that's got to keep
Wow.
up with all these little pieces. Woo,
Carla,
wee,
girl.
Carla. I don't even want to try to keep up with all these pieces.
She's gonna have to do like a.
But I put mine, when I cut mine, I put them inside of in my book, I just put them into my sheet protector.
That's a good idea.
So when I came, at first I was like, Kevin, I think I lost my fabric. And I forgot that I had put it in my sheet protector. So I remembered it before I looked, but it was like, I know where they are. Because I pulled out my fabrics and didn't see the pieces. Because I brought my fabric just in case I had to recut something. So yes. All right. I got, I'm going to have to go press at this point before I sew my final rows. You can't tell me what I can't do. Here he goes again. He's not being nice. I'm taking back my presents and I'm leaving. I'm going to be an Indian giver, as they say, which I think is so wrong.
You can use anything in here, Miss T. You know that.
I can't use his iron. He's going to get in trouble.
Did Benita ever answer? Is she going to do that shop hop in North Carolina and South Carolina?
I don't think so. She never responded. Benita, yes, sir. I was just talking about it with my quilt group, mapping it out now. So, yes.
Yes. Well, we want to hear about it.
So, yes,
now.
she is.
And specifically, I want to hear about it. So maybe you can take a little vacation. Go on quilt shop hopping. I've never done that before, taking a vacation to go quilt shop hopping.
Like Iowa? Talking about you had never done that before. I think everybody I told that I was going on vacation, I was going out of town, they was like, oh, where are you going? I'm going to Iowa. And first they like, why in the world would anybody want to go to Iowa and think it's a vacation? Then when I told them it was about quilt shop hopping, they didn't even have words to say after I finished. They didn't ask me if I had fun or anything. They was just done with that conversation. So.
But in all seriousness, that was one of the best trips I've ever been on.
Yes, it was great quilt shops.
Yeah.
Iowa, thumbs up, double thumbs up.
I did not disappoint, that's for sure.
Double thumbs up. Oops, I'm thinking I left your iron down. I'm thinking it's my Oliso.
Yeah, you better not do that.
The Oliso. It's like it didn't move. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Do you like your Oliso?
I love the Oliso. I love the Rowendas. I love them all. They just don't last for me. Now, I love my steam press. It's just that I have to press everything with my wooden iron before I go over there. Mm-hmm. So that's what I don't like. But I love that it's nice and flat. No ironing because it's all a press. I love my press. Keeps everything nice and flat. Even stuff when I have, especially when I have bias edges. Uh-huh. Yes. Love it. Guess it's time for me to lay the next block out. Four patch in the middle. In the middle. I got one more seam to sew on this block, but.
Ooh, that's pretty. I love
Oh,
that.
thanks.
I like that turquoise, the way it pops out of that pink. You look like you've had some experience with making blocks and colors before.
This is all new to me.
Oh, really? This is your first time?
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. Welcome to the channel.
Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Oh, Teresa gonna kill us. It's certain videos that I do go back and watch, especially when I need a laugh, and that's one of those videos. And I do watch the Iowa one too.
That was out of control.
Yeah, I told Tom. I said I'm thinking about deleting that. Don't you delete that?
I have to say I go back and watch it too, because if you need a laugh.
Yeah, Kevin's being ugly though. He'll freeze frame on me, but he won't. And then he'll save a picture, a print screen, but he's not freeze screen saving on himself though. He is so rude.
And they're hilarious. Freeze frame some of that. That's a really funny thing to do. Trust me. Yeah.
I can't stand you. Teal, this dark blue goes with the teal. I had to go out of chat to see that. Carla says I would love it talking about sewing with us. That she live closer. We trying to get Carla. We trying to get Eric O to the move. We got all these people we trying to get to move into the Midwest. Bonita. Claudette's fun too. I met Claudette.
Yeah.
Claudette's low key, but she's fun too. She's a quiet person.
Well, that's okay. We make up for it.
So I'm laying out my second star here. Almost.
So I have a question. Ooh, I like that blue with it too. Very vibrant.
Oh, well, thank you.
How many people are actually sewing with us today on this project?
I don't know who's sewing today with us. Like, you talking about how many are signed up?
No, like that are actually right now sewing on the 4-star.
I doubt if they're sewing on it if we're like giving tips, but not really giving tips here. We gave tips, but we're not giving like sizes and how we cut and stuff like that out. And Phyllis, look like I'm getting messages. Phyllis G looked like, what did she get? I'm trying to see if people are buying patterns because I only got 8. She's the only one, so that's good. So I don't have to keep up. Joyce asking about a book for a class. I'm all over the place today, aren't I? I'm not going to get anything done. Yeah, so Phyllis, I got you. So 7 more after that one. Myron says, Kevin, what kind of SM do you have? Sewing machine do you have?
What I'm sewing on right now is a white Singer featherweight that was made in the 60s. I don't know the exact year, I'm sorry. But I do love sewing on these little Singer featherweights because I do not need a lot of bells and whistles. I need a good machine with a good straight stitch. And so I am blessed to have 2 machines. I have a black one that was made in the 50s, and then I have this one.
And what year was that made, you said?
Sometime in the 60s.
Okay.
I don't know.
I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Sorry.
But it's just a wonderful workhorse of a machine, and I actually travel when I fly with a machine most times if my schedule permits me sewing in my hotel room. So that's why I have these little machines.
Yeah, Kevin, when we went on our trip, Kevin had just a little small duffel bag, like it's for a kid. And I go, did you get your sewing machine? And he go, I got it. It's right here. I said, the project too? Yeah, it's in here. I have never seen anybody pack some stuff for sewing and had just a little duffel bag. Me, I had half the car filled with the sewing stuff, okay? I got one girlfriend, Norma. She packs light and seem like she pulls stuff out like it's a clown bag or something. But she has what she needs. She's not ever borrowing anything.
Right.
She has exactly what she needs, and that's it.
Well, when you fly for a living and you have to pack all the time, you learn some tricks of the trade, that's for sure.
All right, getting closer to a finished block. I did press these seams open.
Did you?
I'm just a press seam open kind of girl. I don't know why.
You do that a lot, but
I don't
if
know
it
why.
works for you, you do you.
I just decided to do it because it was because it's little bitty blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably should put a pin right here, but we're gonna see. We'll take our chances. Who's gonna see it riding by, galloping on a horse, right?
One of the 4-star channels.
Well, they would be on a horse. Back in the day, they were all on horse. Well, some of them was walking even. I said, "Oh Lord, I am glad I was born in my time period because I think they would have done a whole lot to me. I'm lazy." Because my mom and them used to have to walk miles to go to school. It's like I just went around the corner and sat on the curb. It's like, how was school? It was great.
What'd you learn today, G?
Everything I needed to know about concrete. I'd be a mess. I said, "Oh Lord, no, I couldn't handle it." It's enough I got to deal with, let alone walking 5 miles to school. It's like, you know how long that is? Even for a kid, and it was 12 of my mom and them, so they definitely didn't have any bikes back in her day, for sure. So it was like a little army marching off to school, but come on. I was in the army. You had some of them on horses and some of them was walking. I'd be like, "Can I get the horse?"
And here comes our queen of scraps, side saddle.
Knowing me as comfortable as I am, I always have like pants. So I probably would have been riding just like the guys in my pants, even though they hay. I don't care about the time. Forget the side saddle. It looks good. Me go press it and then we'll show it.
Ooh, very
So there
pretty.
we go.
Like it. I love the textures.
Oh, well, thank you. Uh-oh. Sitting on the wrong side of my chair.
Uh-oh.
That's the only thing I can't tell until I sit down. It's beautiful.
It is very beautiful.
Let me see. This ruler is 6.5. And it is 6.5.
There you go.
Put this up here.
Hey.
Since since I can't use the other side. But you haven't heard it from me. Carissa says, I'm a supervisor, unload trucks, office work, and professional paper girl, laughing out loud. I have just bought the rotary cutter because my hand is ruined, but I'm trying different items to be able to cut. She's talking about the Martelli stuff. That's Mary. Wow, that's busy, Carissa. Has it helped, Mary? Yes, it has. They do have a wonderful rotary cutter. I have to say that. Kevin, what do you have holding up your design wall? So I'm thinking they're asking him how is it on the wall, I guess.
Okay, so what this is the insulation board that you would buy at a home improvement store, and it comes in various thicknesses. I have one of the thicker ones that they offer. So this is a couple sheets of that cut to the size of the wall, and it's adhered with little rings and bolts, flathead bolts.
That's what I did to mine so they wouldn't come out.
Right, and it keeps it nice and flush, okay? And then T was asking, well, how do you do that with the fabric then?
Because I put mine together and then put it up.
Right.
And you put yours up and then covered it.
Yes. So that's up there, and then with the fabric, very strategically placed, and using a putty knife and a spatula. Tucking that around the top, the sides, and then I have that little cutout over there. I don't know if you can see where I have a...
So how much did you leave extra to go around? Like an inch or two? Like a 2-inch square? Or was it bigger?
No, I'd say I probably had about 3 or 4 inches.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted it to be good and tucked behind. And then where the fabric, I did,
you didn't
put it together.
You didn't sew it together.
I put T-pins in, and that works for me.
Okay.
But I'm very pleased with the way.
And I didn't even notice. It's not. You did. I'm looking now that it's over there, and I never noticed the T-pins.
Yeah.
My dumb butt, I go pull one out to put it in a block.
No. That's the way that it's done.
But I never noticed that before.
My friend Kim helped me with this because my wrist problems, and she really helped me a lot with getting that up there. And I'm very pleased because now I can put a pretty large size quilt up there. If I've got a bunch of blocks.
Do you remember what size this is?
No, but I can measure it.
That's all right.
Do you want me to measure it?
No, I was just wondering if you remember. It looked like it's easily at least 80 inches.
Yeah.
At least. Yeah. Probably more than that. Well, you can count your 2-inch squares, I guess. 40 and 40 is 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's about 100. Yeah. Or because it's 50. It's 40. No, it's 45 squares. So it's 90.
Miss Math over here, I'm telling you, she can just add it up.
90 inches wide.
She's like the human calculator.
And then they said, they were talking about callers that sometimes when someone half square triangles, they get stuck under my plate. Very frustrating. Yeah. And I don't even know why they did that because I don't even have points. So it was just going to do it. And I was chain piecing. Mary says, you have too much fun. You guys have too much fun to be married. I guess when you look at certain relationships.
That's funny.
And Cindy says, mine too, it's hard to get them out. Yeah, it's hard to get the thread out when they do that, when it's stitching like 15 stitches in place before you realize that it's caught. If possible, I keep the blocks separate to stay organized. That's Carla, yeah. So I just cut for my 4 blocks and then I put them all in a baggie. And then in the sleeve of my pattern instructions so that I know it goes with that one. But if I was cutting out for the whole quilt, I guess you could still put them all in there. But I took a picture of each set of my fabrics before I cut, just so I know what goes with what. I'm going to cut out block by block 2. That's Maxi Doodle. I cut all 4 blocks at one time. I don't know how Kevin cut.
Yeah, I did
I
well now.
like I knew that these 2 fabrics and this block was gonna be the 4 patches, so I cut all 4 of my blocks 4 patches at the same time. I just stacked them and cut them. I cut all of these at the same time. That's why I took a picture of my fabrics before I grouped them together in the things that got cut the same. So I did do that. That's a tip you weren't supposed to get here. uh, I'm behind on the chat comments. I'm going to go down. Carla says she's loving the blocks. Dee Dee says, I am sewing. I'm on my 4th block.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
So I saw she had posted 2 of them, I think, in the group. So that's pretty cool. Claudette says she's cutting. We're so far behind, guys. We're 12 minutes behind on comments. I'm pulling my fabrics for this sew along. Lisa says, I'm pressing my fabric while I watch you. Brenda says, I'm pulling and starching. I may need to make 2 quilts. So many scraps. Yeah, I don't feel like, small as these pieces are, I use fat 8s and I still got like more than half of the fat 8. You're not going to get rid of scraps with this quilt. It's just not going to be in this quilt. Phyllis says, I was concerned about keeping up with the sew along and had not joined. You two are having so much fun. I decided to join. I don't want to miss anything. Oh, that's really nice. Well, thank you. And I did see her order come in. Mary says, ha ha, Phyllis, I may not get the blocks done, but I enjoy sewing vicariously. She's signed up, I think. But she said she ain't even worried about getting them done. She just signed up.
There's number 2.
He's cheating. Marvin says, Kevin, did you get my earlier message about you having a nice haircut? This is Sheila.
Who?
Sheila says that I missed the message. I didn't see it, but did you get a haircut?
I mean, I shave my head, but I don't ever get a haircut. I mean, unless you call that a haircut. I always shave my head. Is she?
Huh?
Is this a joke?
No, I'm reading the comments. You the one that keep elaborating.
What?
And I'm gonna let you just fall on in the hole.
I don't get haircuts. I just.
Yeah, this is the most hair I've seen them with since I've known them.
Yeah, because I've been working all week.
So your hair grows in nice and natural.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That was from me. That wasn't from her.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You are so silly.
See how we so silly?
You are so silly.
Phyllis says, T, what is the white fabric under the purple on your design board?
What? The flannel? Is that what she's talking about?
What is the white fabric under the purple on your design board? This is just batting.
Oh, that's
Back here. Play nice, you two. That's Betsy. That was a long time ago, so we must have been cutting up before. Hi, Ann Staples. She says hello.
Hello.
Denise is still on the thumbs up. Thank you, girl. I don't know how many people were in here because my screen is so off. It's not bright. Jacqueline Richardson says pretty. Thank you. I think she's doing this sew along too, so thank you for joining. It's some new names for me. Kevin, what is the light you have attached to your featherweight? I love traveling sewing on mine. Also, I have a tote for it, and take it as a carry-on.
If you're referring to this light here, this is from IKEA, and I cannot remember the name of the light, but they have these lights all the time, and they're like $9.99, and I have several of these that I travel with. I just love it because it's bendable. I can move it anywhere I want it to go, and it's very sturdy. So it's from IKEA. I can't remember the name of the light. I'm sorry.
And then Beautiful fabric and blocks. I think Janet was asking, is that K-facet panel on your design wall? That is. Betsy says, love the tips, but I am sewing a binding on by hand. Yes. What did you say your design board material is, Kevin? We got that. Queenie Simpson says, I just arrived. Will follow along. Hello from Alberta, Canada. Hello and welcome. I don't know. For some reason, the name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if she's been here before. But welcome just in case.
Welcome to the channel.
T and Kevin have beautiful blocks and colors. Great colors. Thank you. That's from Beverly. Queenie's talking to Mary. Phyllis G. Okay, batting. Bonita Nance, it would be fun if we all got on a flight Kevin was working on. We would drive him bonkers.
Lordy, Lordy.
I would be asking for water every 5 minutes.
I don't know if
and I'm going to call you by name because I know your name, so it's not like you can ignore me either.
I don't know if you could handle it or if I could too.
Patricia says, still here. Haha, Bonita, we should, yes.
Oh, my.
Gwenie says, I've been here before, just not too often. Usually have to pick up after the fact and watch rerun. That's why I said her name looked familiar, but I wasn't sure. So, welcome back, and welcome to a live chat as well. And we appreciate when you chat with us in the chat box. Kevin, are you on number 4 yet?
I have.
What time is it?
I have the 4 patch.
So we've been on here almost 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got 1 block to show for it.
Well, you have until October, right?
Thank you, Betsy. I have till the end of October exactly. Exactly.
And then we're doing 3 border pieces. Are going to try to, right?
Yes, we got to do. Well, you can try, and you don't have to do them. The first month if you don't want to. I cut 4 blocks, so I'm gonna try to do at least the 3 border pieces. I don't know. By the time the end of October happens, it won't be today.
Not today.
Not at the rate I'm going. I'm a mess. I'm reading comments too, and I'm sewing slower because I want to make sure when I'm like doing the rows, you got a little bit more to hold on to. But when you're sewing the other pieces, you are holding on the little short pieces, and I want to make sure they don't shift on me. Kevin might be zipping through his. I haven't paid attention to how he's sewing yet.
I'm on block 3.
He's on block 3. Just brag a little, would you?
I'm not bragging, but I would
brag
say.
A little.
Now, I mean, obviously, T's doing a lot of stuff here, and I've always said, I don't know how she does, what she does, and how much she gets done with what she does. Because reading comments, taking care of, making sure she's sewing the right thing. Look, I mean, I don't know how she does it. I really don't. We are blessed to have her in our lives, though. That's for sure. But I would say I think that these blocks are fun and easy.
This one is a simple one. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to all of them, but this one's
this is a good one to start out with.
Yeah, and the other one is just 4 patches and half square triangles. So yeah, it's not going to be too bad until we
and
get
I think you should reiterate. Oh, someone just came to the door there. I think you should reiterate the fact, kind of what we were talking about earlier. Stepping out of your comfort zone. If you've never done something, tell them about that because you made a very good point.
Well, I know, like, I had a lot of people asking me, what's this for a beginner? The blocks themselves are all beginner blocks that have normally been done in a 12-inch finish size. I would say that. However, when I first looked at the Dear Jane quilt and I saw that they had a lot more pieces than what's in these blocks in a 4.5-inch finish size, I was like, there's no way I'm going to do that. But then as I start working on them, I started loving them and then started looking forward to the challenge of how I was going to piece that. And I think it's just great because it gets you out of your comfort zone. And these 6-inch block is not a small block. Not considered for miniature. This is not even a miniature block. So I think it's doable, but I think sometimes beginners, we talk ourselves out of something before we even get started just because of the sizes. And this is just the first block. It's pieces smaller than this in a few blocks down, and even your border pieces are smaller. So just don't talk yourself out of it before you even start.
Right.
These pieces are really pretty easy to hold on to. It's when you start having stuff that's 1 inch or less that's hard to hold on to. So I love challenges like this.
And I love coming along for the ride.
That's right, Kevin. I'll turn the page, laughing out loud. Hold on. Ooh, pretty Miss. That's Betsy. I read that 1 block in 2 hours is better than none. Right. Just carry on. We love your chatter. Yes, 1 block is definitely better than none. I always try to look at the positive of anything I'm involved in because it could always be worse. Even if I didn't sew 1 stitch, I cut. Right. I at least cut. That's what I said. If I had left, if Kevin didn't have spool thread, because both of us use stands, I would have just been his presser. I would have been bugging him. Hurry up! I need something to do. Yes. So. And like I said, the whole point of this is not to rush. That's why we're only doing 1 block a month. We could technically have done a block a week. Yeah. And people were asking us what was our time schedule. I said, it's a year and 13 months, actually, a year and a month. Because we're not in this for the race. We're in this for the process.
It's all about relationships with you all.
Yes. It's
about
and
of course each other.
I don't want a relationship with you.
Most people don't, just so you know.
If it wasn't for this, Iowa would have been the last time I'd have seen you. I was going to cut you off.
Yeah, because you thought I was nuts for wanting to go to that many shops anyway. But we did it.
I was going to cut you off.
We did it.
Yep, it was fun. Don't regret it at all. I'm trying to figure out. I hope that I just think the next one we go to, we're going to be disappointed.
Well, and that may be true. I mean, maybe we need to do the other shops in Iowa that we didn't go to this time.
Right.
Just to see.
Man. I don't know if I could go back to Iowa and not go to at least 5 of my favorite shops. That's the problem.
I know we were talking about, like, can we even give a top 5?
Can I even drive through Iowa and not stop at the ones I know or 50 miles within my reach? Right. You know, it's like, it's weird. And then I feel bad for the ones that were closed that we didn't even get to step in. We passed up a total of 4 shops. Yeah. Because one we went to and it was closed. We didn't know it. The other one that we were at, we went to the Longhorn place and it was right down the street, remember? Mm-hmm. And she was closed. So we went to that one. But remember that morning we left early because those shops didn't open until 10 or some crazy time. And we were up at 8 ready to go. It's like, no, we're not waiting. And the other places opened at 9. So we actually missed 4 shops that were in our reach, which was sad. And we looked in the windows of 2, and they looked like it was something that we would have enjoyed.
I remember that one. You were like, wow. And I asked you, do you want to wait? You said, no, let's get it going.
It was. We still had like an hour and a half because the Longhorn place, I just bought my stuff. She was nice. I talked to her. She was very nice. She was just a Longhorn place that sold backings and Longhorn supplies, Gamble supplies. She was a Gamble dealer. That's why Kevin had her on the list. He was trying to help me out. And I bought some supplies from her that I didn't really need, but it's like you always run out of check springs and encoder rings, and so I just bought that kind of stuff just to support her. Because it was nice to see her on the shop hop. Was there a fall? Not a fall. It was Noting was another Longhorn place, but you passed that one up knowing I didn't have that. So we didn't go there. We just went right past them. Now we got to make a fort patch in the middle. Get the geese first. Got the hard work out the way. The dogs went crazy up there, didn't
Yeah, the mailman.
he? He was a mailman.
Or delivery or something.
They don't care who come to visit. All right. Last flying geese. Did you eat cookies?
I ate a couple of those pretzel peanut butter things. You want
What
cookies?
kind of cookies are those?
Chocolate chip. I know.
Like by who?
Costco.
I don't think I've ever had a Costco.
I've not had too many things from Costco from their bakery that hasn't been, really good. What is your critique?
It's good. I'll eat chocolate chip cookies.
Will you?
Mm-hmm. It's milk chocolate. It's not dark chocolate.
You want me to go get you some milk to go with it?
Mm-mm.
I'll go milk with
You have a cow. So
I
crazy
wish I
self.
did.
So crazy self.
wish
I wouldn't put it past you.
did.
Come back out here. I tried to surprise my darling bride of 11 years with a featherweight when I bought a machine at a flea market and brought it home, only to discover it was a Singer 128. I felt so stupid.
Well, you shouldn't feel stupid.
It was the thought that counts.
Yeah.
That's David Pigman.
And that's a good machine too. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Can it still be used, or should we get rid of it? So you just answered this question.
Well,
Tell them again.
I'd certainly have it serviced if you don't know how to service it yourself, or look up YouTube videos on how to do it, because those Singer machines, it's hard to beat a vintage Singer machine. It really is. They were the first machines to really own the sewing world.
I hope you didn't pay featherweight price though.
Right.
That's the thing.
That is one thing. Yeah.
It's a nice. I would keep the machine, but I'm making sure you didn't get ripped off. That's all.
Because these featherweights can go for some pretty hefty prices.
You'll know you're getting a featherweight by the price compared to other Singer prices. You're gonna pay at least $350 for a featherweight nowadays,
At least.
unless somebody don't know what it is that they have in their possession.
Yep.
Oh, where is your phone? Talk to the peoples.
I'm talking with these people.
That's
here,
why
my Teaquilts.
Yeah, you got yours on vibrate. I cut it all the way off. I don't have phone ring and all kind of
really?
messages up here. Messages. Yeah, I can just clear all that. This is the time of day I normally answer messages and stuff.
You're usually just getting up at this time, aren't you?
This is 2 p.m. I'm normally up way before 2. Don't you mess with me. Don't be a hater because I'm up being productive in the middle of the night where you're just sleeping.
I'm telling you what, I was at the airport before 5 a.m. the other morning because I had to commute to work. And this one right here was still up working.
Don't be a hater.
I'm not.
It was so funny because he started sending messages. My sister started texting me. And she even called me. But I saw you post. Are you up? I said, no, not really. I had just gotten to bed but sleep about 10 minutes, and here she come calling me. Because she saw me on the in the group. She's in the Teaquilts group. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? It's like, hello? I know you up. I said, girl, you can't go by social media and know if I'm up. Some stuff I can have on time release. It's gonna be so cute. They're so cute because they're so little.
Uh-huh.
That's another thing that makes them cute.
The other thing that I'm thinking about with mine, I know you're going to use the same sashing.
Can't stand you.
For...
You on block number 4 over there.
I'm thinking about doing different sashing in each block.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I got my sashing already cut.
Oh, you do?
It's laying right here.
You go.
Yes, I do.
So I may hold off on that just for a little bit. Just
Yeah,
to
you have to decide.
play around a little bit.
I don't have to do none of that. I just need to know where my 4 blocks are going. I just need to get the 4 blocks done, and I'm ready. I must have another, one of these attached here. Because I have a blank spot. Don't have a blanket. Where does this go? This is up on the top. And then you're not sewing that. You're not going to sew it together. You're almost done because you don't have your border pieces cut. So
Right.
You're going to have to cut, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't have to stay on here the whole time either. I don't even know how many people we got. I haven't been reading in a while now. Yes, we have connected on a few. Okay.
Connected on a few.
Border blocks. Are you going to show how to do the border blocks?
I think
I'm gonna actually have like more photos in the group. So I'm not gonna even sew all 4 of my blocks here, even if I could. I'm on number 2 right now, but I do plan to like save one of my blocks because I want to do like a more photos than what's in the pattern. I think she was trying to keep everything to 1 page. And so I feel like if you're a beginner, you might be missing some stuff. So I'll be doing more of that. The border blocks we probably won't even touch today. I guess I could sew one, if I have time. I definitely want to be off of here by 4. You think that's a good time? By 4? Because we're going somewhere.
Yeah.
And I got to be home by 8. So if I'm late, check this out. If I'm late tonight for the live, you all know why. I haven't made it home yet. I live about an hour and 15 minutes away from Kevin, and that's depending upon traffic. So it could be few minutes faster or a few minutes longer depending on traffic. It just depends. So hopefully, David, you understood that Kevin said, please keep the machine, just have it service. Costco has wonderful baked goods. That's from Lietta. Angela says, T. Kevin, are the corner blocks on that star cut at 2 or 2.5? You will have to get that information in the group or your pattern, Angela. We'll be in the group. I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer questions today over there because I got a long day and it's Kevin's birthday too. So, and I got to go back on the live, but we don't answer any questions about sizes in this live chat. We answer all those questions in the group. And if you post it in the group, I'm sure somebody over there will help you. David says, thank you, T and Kevin. I got it at quite a deal. Not anywhere near featherweight price. Okay,
Oh,
so
that's
thank you.
good.
So at least they weren't advertising it as a featherweight, because
Right.
sometimes people will advertise a machine as a featherweight because they don't know, and they just go online and see keywords and see that they get more money, and they think, oh, my machine's black, I'll just say it's
Right.
a featherweight. And if you don't know any difference, then you get caught. So if you didn't pay anywhere near that price, you're great. Alan says, I'm getting ready to cook a birthday dinner for my youngest daughter, the 19th. That's awesome. Her birthday
happy
is
birthday
tomorrow.
To her.
T, I've been seeing that SBA has business loans that sometimes turns free when you use the funds for exactly what you listed. She's talking about Small Business Administration. I'm not interested in any loans for my business. I get stuff all the time because I am set up as a small business, but I'm not interested in taking out any loans to be quilting with. That's just not anything I'm willing to do. I'm the other thing for me in my business, I don't know if I've said this before. I'm content with where I am in my business. I have nobody in my family willing to assist me with anything that I do because it's not their interest. It's not that they don't want me to succeed. They are enjoying sitting back watching the process, but they don't want to cut fabric. They don't want to press fabric. They don't want to help me videotape. So I have to be content with where I am and what I can do by myself and still do stuff like this with Kevin where I'm doing a quilt for myself as well. Because otherwise, if I get too big, then I'm not going to have time to do things for me or what I want to do. I do also like longhorn quilting other people's quilts because I like seeing what projects they have done. So I like that kind of stuff. So I don't need any loans to do that. So I'm never interested in that. It just depends on if I know you're doing something completely different, Ellen. And so you might need funding for what it is that you're trying to do. And I do understand that. But for me, I did all of my money to finance my business while I was working. And so I knew when I retired, I didn't have to work that hard to get what I need. So I'm okay. My screen shows 77 in the room. Thank you, because mine's is saying 26 from when I first got in. It has never changed, which is weird. Thank you, Brenda. Tiffany says, I'm taking a break for a few minutes. Okay, thanks, Tiffany. So, yeah, it just depends on what it is you're trying to do. You're trying to do something totally different. So, loan for her might make sense. And she's trying to do more charity work. So, you might need to set yourself up as a 501c. That'll help, too.
Yeah.
Then if you did something like any kind of funding, it could also be put off as charity if people made donations or something like that, is what I'm saying. But I'm beyond that. I ain't even interested. I'm not trying to be a 501c. I'm not even trying to make money on quilting. I just set up my business so that I could deal with um, small business people and we can both be legit so that they can write off what they need to write off and then I can write off what I need to write off. So that's the main reason why I'm a business. I'm not in a business so I can become rich on quilting. That's why when I make money, I spend it doing hauls for you guys, things like that. I'll buy products for you guys, things like that, because I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to pay taxes on anything.
Do you go and do hauls and shop like that?
Mm-mm.
You don't do.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Mm-mm. I don't buy anything.
maybe you should think about doing
I
that.
don't buy fabric.
Well,
And thinking a haul, I might have a small haul. Well, y'all saw that I bought Kevin's stuff that came in here. Y'all saw him open his birthday gift. So I do have a small haul on Tuesday.
Thank you again. Those
you're welcome.
Wonderful gifts. Thank you.
He was so gung-ho on cutting. I said, Kevin, I'm just going to bring my dies and you can just keep my dies, okay?
That's exactly what she said.
Because I was trying to get that man not to go on AccuQuilt site. Can you tell me what it is that I need? And I'm like, I'll tell you Saturday when I get there.
Yeah.
I have a list. I have a list.
There I fell. Just like a fish caught right there in my mouth.
Because Kevin won't chill.
Well, Now, in my defense, I only have a limited amount of time to get things done in between trips. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
That's why.
But I'm like, I'm going to leave my dies with you, and you can cut all the edges you want to cut. I don't care about those stars. I'll just cut me some pieces.
Oh, my goodness.
He's like, you'll do that?
You got me good. You did. You got me good. You got me.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave all my stuff with you. I said he not, and Kevin already know that I've said I don't give out my staple dies, which means my traditional piecing dies. If you need applique dies or you want to block on board, I loan that type of stuff out. But I don't loan out my 3-inch half square triangles and stuff like that. That's not something I loan out because I might need it for an impromptu project, and then where is it? It's gone. Somebody else has it. I hardly ever need impromptu on applique. I think about that all the time before I embark in that endeavor. So applique stuff, yes. Certain dies I don't mind. My traditional piecing dies that I could use at any moment to make a block, I tend not to loan those out. And I thought about getting you the 8-inch cube because that's what you was looking at. But then when I looked at it, when you told me you already had some pieces, and I said, well, it don't make sense for me to get that. And so then I thought, well, just let me order what he needs to do this project with. So that's what I kind of did. And it's your fault the people don't have the list, too.
All my fault.
It's Kevin's fault. For real. Because if I'd have put that list out there, Kevin would have been on AccuQuilt's site.
It would have been here.
He'd have had it.
Thank goodness it is here.
I was trying even not to mention AccuQuilt, and I think it was Dee Dee that came into the group and posting AccuQuilt die numbers, and I was like, if she don't go away. She was really sweet too, because she said, please use T's affiliate link if you order. I'm like, don't do it, girl. Don't give them numbers. Don't give them numbers.
Number 3, folks. I like this one.
Oh, you show off.
I like that one.
You big old show off.
That background, that contrast of that red in there.
You big old show off. He almost done, guys.
Yes. I didn't come here to play. I came here to.
You didn't even come here. You were already here.
Yep.
I guess I could lay out one of the stars, even if I may. I'll
You need me
see.
to sew some stars for you? I can sew some stars for you.
Apparently you can. You got plenty of time about to come up. I'm going to put you in charge of the phone.
Well, there you go. I don't know how to do that. I know how to sew stars. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, you've done that before.
Yeah, and was a miserable fail.
No, you wasn't. You did an excellent job. They love hearing your voice.
Oh, my.
Like, ooh.
You're so silly.
Kevin, can you just talk?
Right. Right.
Am I getting comments? Are y'all still commenting? Blocks are looking awesome. That's from Beverly Akins. Okay, caller 4 says, Kevin, what stench list do you use on your featherweight? Good question.
I use a pretty small one. Now, according to this, and please understand it may be off a little bit, but I am right there at like in between the 12 and the 8. Okay, so I'm right in between those two. And I really do like a smaller stitch on these. I don't typically have a tension problem using a smaller stitch. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Carla. And 88 people now. That's Betsy. Thank you. So I'm almost finished with my second block. Woohoo!
You're so silly.
Leave me alone.
You are so silly.
I may have to do the wave.
Woo! 2 people doing the wave. Yes. Goodness.
Dee Dee says, you told us to help each other in the group I was trying to help. Don't want any newbies to get discouraged and drop out. No, girl, you was giving out dartboard numbers to Kevin. I was like...
She thought I was going to get on that.
Girl, when you got on there start giving them dot numbers, I said, oh, Lord. I hope Kevin not paying attention. I was trying to get Kevin not to go spend that money because it had already been bought. And I don't know what the returns are for AccuQuilt. I have never returned anything. So.
Yeah, right? But I want this stuff anyway.
But that was funny. I was like, Dee Dee.
This past week was too crazy flying. I mean, I had crazy hours, so I didn't get to go looking at nothing.
She said, Carla says, yes, thank you, answering the question. And then she says, yeah, on the second block. Yay, on the second block. She said, doing the wave with you. And Beverly just laughing at us.
Well, you know.
Don't forget, there could be traffic going to the Pyromania.
Pyromania? Is there some kind of...
It must be something going on. So, yeah, so if I'm late, you all know it's me trying to get home. That's what Ben said. You doing a live out there? I said, I thought I could be back home by then, but hey, we got a stop to make, so. This is they so cute because they're so tiny.
Yeah.
They're cute. And that's 6 inches. That's not bad. They're cute.
Show them the back of your block how
my block is just pretty.
Isn't that pretty? The backs are as pretty as the front.
Yeah, that's what they always say about my quilt blocks. Okay. Let's see. I got to find the spot where I put the pieces for the border block.
Yeah, I want to see those.
And then I have to figure out which one. See, I just cut pieces. I didn't say what was going with what. I'm using the same fabrics, but I don't have to put all the same fabrics together.
Right, you can put them in different locations.
Mm-hmm. So that part I have not done. Okay. Just making sure I got it first. So I'm going to lay out one of the border blocks and go from there. So I'm going to mix them up just so I don't have to worry about it. Mix them up now, and then I'm going to get to the end and not like something, but that's okay. Because I normally lay all 4 things out when I'm mixing things up so I know, but I'm going to just go by faith. I got to please the peoples. And I read all of this stuff, of course, earlier, and I'm not reading it now.
And there's the fourth one right there.
Sit
Sit down. Just sit down. Oh, goodness.
Such a show off.
Oh, yeah.
Such a show off.
You know what? I really do love sewing these blocks.
Yeah, they're fun. And it's
I
going to
really
be hard not to go to the next ones, but at
Right,
least
I
you
know.
always got border pieces
Yes.
that you can do. You can always even sew more border pieces than you need
Yes.
in a month and get them done earlier.
Mm-hmm. So this will show me that, I need to have the border pieces cut to work on.
Ooh, I like this because it's working out great for I got fabrics that got stripes in them, and it's working out great.
Well, good.
With how the stripes are lining up. With this batik, anyway. I don't know if it's going to do that on a regular. But this batik is letting me line up my stripes so far. This one's got to go like that. Yep. I need a accent piece. One of these. I guess I'll put the light pink in here. So this is the problem when I'm putting in pieces and I haven't planned them for everything. But it'll be what it be. We're going to make it work at the end. We're just going to have some weird looking stuff. One more piece.
So let me take over here for you. Let's ask Miss T some questions.
Excuse me?
Let's ask Miss T some questions. Oh, Kevin the Quilter needs to go on a diet, I can tell you that right now.
Okay. Who said that?
I said that. Where were you at? Okay.
See you later from Mary. Where did I leave off?
Carla Ford said yes, thank you. Yeah, on the second.
I think that was the last thing I read.
Vivian Calby, I'm interested in your display board. You probably talked about it already, but I missed it. Can you help me and tell me how to put one together? I'm assuming you're talking about the design wall. And yes, we did discuss that, but briefly, it's just a piece of insulation board that you can get at any home improvement store. They come in different thicknesses. I would suggest a thicker board because then you can just put your pins in very easy. You're not worried about it touching the wall and damaging your pins. But it's that. And then you put it against the wall, find your studs, screw in some screws with some rings around it so it holds it down nice and flat against it. And then what I did is I just took the Cape grid flannel and put it around, cut it about 3 or 4 inches wider on the sides, and tucked it over with a putty knife and a spatula. And my friend Kim helped me with that. So where it's connected, I'm using T-pins, little T-pins. So that's the way that works. Gwen Simpson, and we are all doing the wave at home too. Dee Dee Hansen, just got my 4 blocks together. Posting on the Facebook group only together 2 by 2, as that is what the directions say. Well, good for you, Dee Dee.
Only 2 together, 2 by 2. What was that?
Does that
the
mean
2 by 2?
Stashing.
Oh, the 2 by 2.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, with the 4 inches, yeah.
So
the
good
4
for
blocks.
You and any of you.
And we'll be sharing them in the completed projects. I still haven't done last month's video. I haven't edited last month's video because I was editing and uploading some other stuff. I don't forget what it is now. Remember, I uploaded some videos.
You did.
And so I didn't get to that one. But I got to do that. I did record it. But they will be shown in those videos. So the one the blocks in October, long as they're up there by October 31st, then they'll be in the October 31st completed projects. And I'm going to save mine and Kevin's and put in there too.
Yeah, and just share. That's what that group is for.
And I'll pull them out of the group. You don't have to send them to me. Oh.
Quiltigram says, beautiful. Beverly Aikens, loving you. Your fabric choice is beautiful. Ellen Campbell says, I'm doing my blocks in patriotic fabrics. Got the fabrics picked out. Now I have to iron and cut all my block kits. Yep, got to do that. Darlene Crosby says, beautiful blocks. Mary says, I got to go pick up lunch. I'll see y'all later. Wow. We're going to be picking up a late lunch, early dinner.
Yes, that's where we're going for Kevin's birthday. He's got to get taken out. Let me stop you for just a minute so they can see this before I go on. So this is a border star. And I've got my light pieces on here. They hard to see, but they on here. But I just took some pieces and laid it out. Now they're going to be the same pieces that are in my blocks here, but I might reorganize them. Like the pink and blue may not be in the same block as up there, that teal. But I'm using the same fabrics. Kevin's using totally different fabrics for all of his units. So just know that there's different ways that you can do this. I just didn't want to touch that many fabrics. I'm okay with just mixing them in and just using them once in each block in the border somewhere.
Beautiful.
So
that's very pretty. That's nice. That's nice to be able to see the way that is put together.
Yeah. My knee has not gotten any better either.
It hasn't?
I even took a pain pill and I still feel this knee.
Do you want me to make it feel better for you?
I can handle my own business, okay? I'm the fixer.
You want me to take your mind off that?
I do not, because you don't want me to help you. That's right. Oh, yes, right, your goodness. You still reading comments?
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
All right. Ellen Campbell says, yeah, I bent the blade on my 2.5-inch block die. I contacted the company and they gave me 40% off. Now I have a new die on the way. Well, good. That's
well, that was nice because they didn't have to do that when you did it yourself. That's nice.
Yeah. Darlene saying bye to Mary. And Deborah Sims Brown says, hi, just ironing. Are you using the same background for all blocks?
No. And no.
No and no. No, we're mixing our backgrounds.
I think those two are speckled and they look like they're alike, but one is blue only and one is blue with greens in it. So they are different. And then I got those out the way because I didn't want to mix them with the wrong one. I had the blue with the green in the blue and green box, and then the blue only is down here in the blue box. But they do look alike because the pieces, when they get small, that's what I was stating, that if you're using, and here's another tip, ain't supposed to be out here. I'm such an educator. That's why you don't want to use very busy prints because they change colors from piece to piece. Like if I had used a busy print in my star prints, it's not to say that you won't like it, but just it may not be what you were expecting. Right. Other people will like that kind of stuff. Right. So that's why you have to be careful what prints you're putting where in these blocks, my opinion.
Yeah. Carla Ford, loving your color choices, T and Kevin. Well, thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
We are loving them too.
They both look good too. I like them both.
And I mean, it's T's is using batiks, which is completely different from mine with repros, but they both look really, really nice.
Like them both.
Darlene Crosby, Kevin and T, have and enjoy good birthday meal. Well, thank you. We plan on it.
Right.
We plan on it.
Hopefully we don't have to wait long.
Right.
That's the thing. If we're late, you know what's up if I'm not on that chat on time.
And Ellen's wanting people to use your link.
Yes,
order
if you're
AccuQuilt.
ordering AccuQuilt, thank you. Please use my affiliate link. It's in all the description boxes of all my videos. So
Okay, so here's the deal, guys. This is your chance to ask T questions, and I can ask them for you here while she's working. So if you have, don't make them personal questions. I mean, we're not going to get real personal, but if you have a question for T, ask it now, and I can ask her. Okay, because this will be kind of fun. Let's have a little getting to know you, Miss T. Not like they don't know you already.
I'm an open book.
She is an open book. Denise Sopatch is giving a bunch of thumbs up. And Darlene Crosby says, before we leave, please do a thumbs up. Thank you. And Betsy's saying Pyromania is at the Cedar Lake Cellars tonight.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's send some questions in because I can't wait to ask Miss T.
What you want to ask?
I want to ask, do you remember your very, very first sewing project you ever did? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a quilting thing.
Oh, yes, I remember.
What was it? And how old were you?
I was 21 or 2. And I had just gotten my sewing machine because I was going to be out on maternity leave. And I had signed up for evening sewing class at continuing ed like they have at the elementary schools. Mm-hmm. You go at night. Sure. But I couldn't wait until the class started. So my friend had this god-awful ugly fabric. And it was truly ugly. It is not any... That's why she gave it to me. But I had a pattern all ready for class. And then I said, oh, okay, I can go ahead and see if I can read the pattern and do it. And I did. And then when I got ready to put the skirt on for the final fitting, I had the zipper pull on the inside. Now, this skirt was so god-awful ugly that I decided not to take it out. I mean, I got the waistband on and everything, and the zipper pulls on the inside. So I did wear that skirt to work, looking just all kinds of ways. And if I used to say, oh, your skirt's nice, I go, oh, I made it. In your head would have go, I know. Because it was that ugly. But I was going to wear that skirt out. I wore that skirt out anyway. So it was a skirt that I made by myself before taking any classes. I was proud of myself. But I knew it was ugly. But that was okay.
Well, I find that interesting. You were 21 before you had a first sewing project.
And I wanted to sew since I was 5, though. I just didn't want to bother my mom with it. And then it just took me that long to decide I was going to. This keeps going down for some reason. And it doesn't even have a tip on it. This is the second time.
Do you need something to start it with?
I got one right there. I had a starter in the first place. Oh. That's what I'm saying. I had a starter. And that's why I love the Bernina single plate. Now, I could probably get a single plate for here. And then I got to pay for it. And see, it comes with the 770. That's what I like, that they give you what you need. You ain't going to get all them feet, but you get the plates. It just came unthreaded because I cut it. I had to cut it to get it off, and then it was so short. So... Yes, I do remember my first project.
People, I don't know. I think they've stopped watching us.
They've stopped watching us.
We're not getting any questions.
They don't have questions.
They don't have any questions? Brenda Foley says, I've been interested in years, AccuQuilt, but I feel I need more detailed videos. I'm still on the fence. Well, Brenda, let me just tell you right now, you need to watch Miss T's videos because she has a lot of AccuQuilt videos and she's very helpful and she's an excellent teacher. And I'm not just saying that because I'm her friend. I'm saying it because it's the truth. And a lot of people, just look at the comments in her video section. You can see how helpful she is. Some people are born to teach. My sister's a teacher. She's an excellent teacher. I think you were born to teach, Miss T. Mm-hmm. I really do. I think that you just have that knack for really.
I don't have patience for a lot of stuff, but when it comes to teaching, I have patience for that, and you can ask me probably up to like 5 times the same question, like the one person, before I get frustrated. Because there is a certain level, but I've had people ask me the same question, like the same question, somebody that I just answered, somebody asked me that question, and I turn around and answer it like it was the first time I answered, and my friend go, I don't know how you have patience for this. It's like, I like teaching, and it's come second nature. Now, that same person asked me like the 4th time, I'm starting to think now that she just asked me this. I'm saying it in my head, but it ain't showing yet. And then the 5th time, it's like when I probably will blow a gasket. But I do have patience for teaching, which I don't have in normal life, but I think it has taught me to have patience in normal life.
Well, you're an excellent teacher. Darlene says we're still here. And Marcia Florum, I don't recall seeing that name. Do you know Marcia Florum? She says, I am a collector who is interested in the construction of the quilt and its history. Well, welcome to the channel, and it is one of my passions also. I love quilt
Yellow
history.
Creek Quilt Designs is a reproduction pattern company, and she does fabric lines as well. So
it's right there. Is that what you're looking for?
There's one missing.
There you go.
Thank you.
I was like, what is she looking for?
They so little you can't see them.
Yeah. Darlene Crosby, a question for Kevin. Okay. I don't see your question, Darlene. Maybe it's down lower. Okay. Ellen Campbell says, Brenda Foley, when you make the move and get one, you will be so happy. Yes, you definitely will. And Dee Dee Hansen says, the border half stars look like a nightmare.
The border stars look like a nightmare. It's a lot of pieces.
It is a lot of pieces, but sometimes the reward is very
right.
Going through what you have.
And that's why we're working on them as we go instead of waiting to month 13th, and then I'm telling you, you need X number of these border pieces. And I think the first one is always the worst, and this one's harder because I've got directional print that I'm keeping directional. So I could have just zipped through these half square triangles I got here, but I'm putting them back on the board as I make them because they...
It really adds to it. It looks nice.
And I'm looking like, where? Oh, it's underneath.
Yeah. You just had it turned over.
I was about to pick it up. Okay, and then I got stuck, I guess.
No, sometimes you just plug along at it, and it's really worth it. And
right.
I think this is one of those quilts.
Right. Really and I think in the end, I feel like everybody is going to love their quilt when it's done. Even if you're thinking, oh, I should have done it in a different fabric choices, stay with what you're doing because as it's growing, more is always going to be better on this. Right. So I think they're all going to be gorgeous.
Patricia Carluccio, she says, I am here. Okay. C-Rex, no questions, just thinking on fabric choices, enjoying your company. Well, we're enjoying yours too. Carla says, I have a Husqvarna and I haven't been using the single plate. I will try it when piecing.
Please, you should be. If you have a single plate, you need to install your single plate. Yeah. You won't have one piece go down in a hole. And she said she had problems with that earlier when mine went down. Yeah. You should be using your single plate. Only time I use that other one is when I need the zigzag. And it's very seldom. That's why I have a machine set up for piecing. One for machine embroidery, one for free motion quilting. So I don't have to worry about that. On my Bernina, which is my one that's set up for piecing, it's very seldom I've had to go in and take it off to do a little zigzag here and there. Especially if I'm doing like binding on the front, I might do a zigzag or something. But yeah, very seldom. Yeah. Please pull that out.
Yeah, Carly, you do need to do that. Maxie Doodle says, I missed the first hour. Well, you can always go back and watch because this will be on YouTube on Miss T's channel. Darlene Crosby, I will post my fabrics today. I am totally out of my comfort zone with reproduction fabrics. Can I use I think that you're meaning 1800s instead of 2800s. Reds and dark blues with those cheddar oranges. Darlene, you can use
whatever you want.
And I think that's a beautiful color combo if you're referring to the 1800s with the reds and indigo blues, navy blues, along with cheddar. That's one of my favorite color combinations. I love it, along with the neutrals, of course. But
And that's still reproductions, isn't
yeah.
it?
What, you have anything to say about that?
I'm not the expert.
I'm not.
But I think I know what I think it would be pretty though.
Right.
Anything with the cheddar and blue.
Yes, cheddar and blue are beautiful combination. Emily, I don't know how to say your last name. It's Zihute. Ziute.
Ziute.
I hope you will keep this time for the so long. We can enjoy live ones too due to time zone differences. Well, we do plan to keep it
Once a month. Third Saturday is our goal, and if we have to change it, we'll let you all know. But third Saturday at noon is what we're shooting for our time, Central Standard Time in the USA, because Emily is in another country.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of fun. And Darlene said that should have read 1800s. I figured that's what you were meaning. Okay, Maxi Doodle. Oops. Here's a question. Can I make 8 at a time half square triangles for this block instead of half square triangle and flying geese?
Yes, you can, but you're in the group. We're going to talk about that too.
Yeah, we really can't answer things like that on this. You know, Miss T's talked about that before. But if you're part of the Facebook group, we can definitely talk about those things over there, okay? Patricia's talking to Carla. And Quiltigram. Everyone learns and grasps info differently. You understand that. You help us all, Teaquilters. She's talking about you, T. And that's very, very
right.
true.
And that's why I say there's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. You know, as long as you get there. We're going to talk about it.
She says sometimes the reward isn't worth it. Border half stars I'm talking about. Well, you know, that's a decision. That's a decision you have to make for yourself.
And you can change your border.
Yeah, I think it's well worth it.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be beautiful.
Really beautiful.
I'm not frustrated by it. I die cut. So I'm just saying I didn't have no issues. I die cut. The other thing is I think even in my own solitude, I would be enjoying this even more. Because it's something that to me that is calming, relaxing to me, doing something that I figure is a big puzzle. So I love it. And then, like I said, you're only doing 3 a month. So it's not like you've got to make all of them in 1 month. So
they're talking about long arms, and they're helping each other with that.
Okay.
Dee Dee Hansen, T, with your border half squares, is your background or light the same as the background of your blocks?
My border pieces, I have cut, when I made my blocks, I took those same fabrics and cut 1 border block as well. So I'm not putting the same pieces together, but I have used all of the fabrics in my block, in my border pieces, in 1 block. So yes.
Yes. Carla says, we appreciate all the insight and help everyone is giving from the Facebook group, and of course enjoying sewing with you both. And I'm putting the plate on now. Thank you. Ellen says, I was very young and I was making clothing. I have designed my own dresses. Wow. Cool. Did you ever design one of your own dresses?
I have just made stuff with no patterns, especially skirts are so easy. And then I've even taken, it's so easy to make dresses because you can even just start with a shirt pattern and bring it down. So I've made some stuff. I used to make about 3 outfits a week because when I went roller skating, I had a different outfit. People were trying to buy my clothes. I used to roller skate weekly on Friday nights when I was a teenager. Well, not my teenagers, young 20s when I started sewing. And I had a different outfit every...
Ago.
Yeah.
Just a couple years ago.
Yeah, because I'm only...
24, 25?
6.
Oh, 26.
Wait a minute. You got to add up 1965. So that's 10. I'm 21. I had to think about what it was. Got to add up the year you were born.
Yes.
So, yeah, but I've made plenty of things because once you start sewing, you realize you can just make stuff. And then don't even talk about elastic in the waist skirt. You just to figure out how much fullness you want and just sew that sucker together.
Carla says, I'm still a newbie. We all are newbies in some form or fashion about something.
If your stash don't say you a newbie, you're not a newbie.
Deborah Sims Brown says, after watching your Tuesday live, I need to rethink my colors. They are too bold and have too many designs.
I have to see them. I don't know if she's posted a photo in the group or not. Bold is good. I
think so too.
It depends on what designs you're talking about. Like, are they changing color in designs? It's like Kevin's blocks. They're all reds, but there could be blocks. It could be a problem if his you got stars or something in something little flowers. If they were huge flowers and it was going like only you got this big flower in the majority of your square in the middle, it would be a problem because it's going to look different. But you've got to look at scale. Is the issue?
That's the big
It's
thing.
scale.
Yeah.
So it's not that you can't have it; it's the scale.
Deborah, can you post pictures in the Facebook group? I mean, quilters will give their opinion.
Right, and then you can do what you want after that.
Yeah.
You know, they're free, so you do with free opinions what you want to do with them. But I think it depends on the scale of your prints.
Maxi Doodle, yikes. Sorry, I forgot that this isn't the place to be specific about block construction. It's okay, Maxi Doodle. I mean, you know, we're not going to talk about anything that we can't talk about. So
I just can't. I bought so many patterns from this lady that I have a feeling that she's going to be following this indirectly. And so I don't want to be giving that information out on her patterns.
Emily says the pronunciation will do. I have heard worse about her last name.
So what that means we're not right. And I just call it Emily's Hood and keep right on going. So I'm completely wrong, but she know I'm talking about her.
Dee Dee had to sign off. Thanks for the extra YouTube, she says. Bye-bye. Brenda Foley, has your brain tea already wrapped around the quilting?
No. No. I don't know if I'm going to do custom quilting or if I'm going to do an all over pattern. And they're so tiny that I might end up just doing an all over pattern because, again, sometimes custom quilting enhances something. And sometimes I think in smaller blocks it could overtake the actual block. So it depends on what you want your focus to be. I might do something like a traditional design, like a Baptist fan. Something traditional like that in an overall. I'm not saying that's what I'm going to do, but that's what where my brain is going.
And the Baptist fan would look great on mine because it's a reproduction quilt. So yeah.
It just depends.
Lizette Zaya says, hi. Hey, Lizette. Glad to catch you still on.
Hi, Lizette.
Patricia Felicio says, I'm getting a used one and had some questions. Oh, about the long arm. That's what she was talking about.
Okay.
People are saying bye to Dee Dee. And Darlene Crosby says, Patricia, I have a Sweet 16 sit-down by Handy Quilter. I haven't used it. I am a long time since I got the Forte. What's your question? So she's asking questions about that. Deborah Sims Brown says, I'm using Dance Moves fabric. Do you know it? I'm not familiar with it.
I'm not familiar with it. Okay.
But it sounds very interesting. I will say that. I'd love to see it, so post some pictures of it, okay? Oh, she says it's posted in the Facebook group.
Oh,
Great.
is it? Okay.
We'll
I have to look it out.
Yeah, we'll go check that out. Lizette Zayas, some opinions are worth their weight in gold.
Right.
That's true. Some are. Dee Dee Hansen, maybe the creator of the pattern could be on the Zoom sometime with a video or something. Or maybe when we are near the end of it.
Maybe. That's just something that I have to set up, and it's not that I'm saying no. It's just that right now I'm busy enough.
Right. Carla Ford. Well, I guess I'm not a newbie then.
She got in her room.
For some unknown reason, my fabric stash mysteriously continues to grow. I
wasn't buying that. Talking about I'm a newbie. Not with all that stuff.
Darlene Darlene Crosby's asking, can we do a Facebook Live for this group?
We can because we can. We can. On what topic?
Are you wanting for the blots, or are you wanting just a live in general, question and answer segment?
We could do that. We could do just a live thing. And I have some stuff that I might just go on a live, but I'm not really going to be answering any questions. I might just be talking about recommendations on what I think, especially like your sashings and stuff like that. Also keeping in mind that Kevin's saying he's going to do something different with his sashing. So, but you know, and that's the kind of stuff that can be put into the discussion of the video. So I do have a few things I do want to put in a video that's only in the group. And then maybe we can do a Q&A on another video. Okay.
Brenda Foley says, was thinking that border could be something special.
It is special.
I think it's a spectacular border for this quilt. I really do.
That's
one of the things that really drew me to the quilt was the border. It's really beautiful.
I think I need to go press this one. I'm trying not to. Let me cut the little connecting thread. Maybe that'll help.
We're to the end. Oh, Darlene says any questions and answers. Sounds good.
And the thing was also that we officially have not started. I can't get into a Facebook group and answer questions on things that I haven't even done yet. So I think a lot of questions were coming up and I just liked the questions and people were answering and I just let them answer because I had not done a block. Dee Dee had done a block. I think Mario said he did a block. Was it Mario? Yeah, Mario said he sold one. And somebody else said they sold a test block. I'm not one of those people. I will tell you that I don't know. I don't think I'm the quilter that know it all. So I will tell you that I don't know. I had not sold a block, so I was not going to be answering any questions on something I hadn't even pressed a piece of fabric for at that time because I was still mailing out patterns. Teajuana been busy with other stuff.
Round of applause for Miss T and all her hard work in that.
Well, you're welcome, but my goal was to make sure that everybody got their stuff in the mail as soon as it was ordered. So if they placed an order by noon of that day, I made sure that their order was in the mail. And my mail person even came late one day. I had already done my post office run, and I gave her some other stuff that had come in after the fact because she was late coming. But I try to make sure orders are my thing. I know when I order stuff, I don't want my order sitting around for days. So I treat people orders like it would if I was ordering from somebody, how I want my order to be treated. So that's kind of what I've been doing. It's just orders. But now that I've done I've sewn 2 blocks and I've sewn almost 1 border unit. I can now answer some questions that people may have. I can't answer questions to something that I haven't done because my answer is I don't know. I can tell you what I think,
sure,
but I can't tell you what I know.
With all your experience, because you are experienced.
So I just let it go. So I will do a Q&A, and then people can also add in from their experience.
Right.
Whoops. These are so cute.
They are cute.
Okay, I think I got all of that. I need to go press.
You want to still answer questions?
No, you can do whatever you want. I can multitask.
Yes, you do. Yes. Lizette says, I need to open my pattern and take a look at the instructions. Yeah,
that would help. That would help. When I opened up the pattern, I said, when Kevin and I were going to do it, we were just going to sew with each other. We still were going to meet up once a month without doing anything. And then when I opened it up to Teaquilters, I said, we're going to need a Facebook group because Kevin and I are advanced piecers. We know what we're doing. I think you need a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. It's not that it's not undoable. It's just that I think you need a little bit more. And you can lose track of what fabric go to what.
Right. Patricia's still talking about the long arm, and she's asking other people about ordering a new foot pedal. Julia Austin just happened to catch you live. I had no idea there was a solid plate for my machine. Wondered why there was another in my supplies, but didn't really look at it. You saved me so many bad words.
Oh my gosh. See, people, and I never had a machine because I've been dealing with Baby Lock and Singers, and they have never given you the single throat needle plate.
Yeah.
Benina is included. Certain other models, it's included. But for some reason, those two that I've spent my life sewing on, they don't.
Yeah. Fortunately for these older machines, they have.
Mm-hmm.
Darlene Crosby at Patricia, I have no idea. Maybe it is the foot pedal. I have never had that problem. Those two are talking. Lizette Zayas, but Julia, that's another skill we develop while stitching. I think she's talking about bad words.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, they're talking about the long stuff.
Okay.
Very nice. Very pretty.
Just the two pieces missing that are under here right now. So yes. This is not it's not a speedy project, but it's a doable project. This is a journey project.
Mm-hmm. That's why we're doing it like that.
And I'm glad we're doing once a month instead of once a week, because I had it in my head like, oh, get it over with, we can be done. But no, I think I like this.
And I completely think it is worth taking your time on. I think this is one of those quilts where you want to be very proud of your work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to me, this border is going to be spectacular, so it's going to be worth the time.
If we were doing this once a week, I think people would be stressed out.
I would be stressed out.
People would be stressed out.
Even though I have vacation coming up, I still have to work. So I would be stressed out with that.
So
I think you've done an excellent job of organizing this, Miss T. If I do say so myself.
Well, thank you. I think if you can get it out.
Yes, it does.
I can't stand you. You get on my nerves. I thought you was my friend. You just make fun of me.
But it's so much fun having fun with you.
You just make fun of me.
Carla Ford says, after watching you both, I think I will follow your leads and do it block by block, not cutting the entire quilt. It makes sense.
I don't know why this all of a sudden just started stitching zigzag stuff, and I'm stitching straight. Do you see that?
I do. It's like your little serpentine stitch.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I guess I better go back on a scrap, right?
Oh my. Carla, I think you'll be happier. I don't know how you work normally with quilts like that, but with a project like this, I think taking it block by block is kind of the way to go, especially since we have so much time. We have lead time each month. So you have lead time until October to get these blocks done. So
And
if that helps you, I mean, then that's a win-win. I know that I want to take it block by block. I don't think I've ever cut.
I don't even want to be bothered with the fabric I don't need right now. So I'm admired.
A few quilts out completely before I ever started sewing, but not many.
Yeah, this one I couldn't handle it. It would drive me nuts, all these little bitty pieces.
Carla says, y'all having too much fun. We always do. You know that.
Because he's making fun of me.
Yeah, right.
Like I can't help it because I was possessed.
We were so tired that day. And we were having fun, but we were so tired. I'm surprised we were able to even get it done.
You're so mean to me.
Oh, yes. Yes. But this has been fun, Miss T.
I got one more seam on this border, and then we're going to end, I think. They're not talking in the comments anyway.
They're not talking much.
So
Hopefully they're sewing. Hopefully they'll come back and watch it.
I mean, they could be watching, but they just not commenting.
Right.
So it's like we don't have anything else.
And trust me, I know how that feels because when I get to sew on, I don't do a lot of chatting whenever I'm sewing.
Make sure I sew this thing on here right.
Yeah, you want to do that.
All right, one more seam. And then we'll have a border unit. I am going to use a couple of pins just because I press my seams open instead of to the side. And I've got this one where the seam's so crooked. Because it was trying to take me out. I'm going to press it this way where it's acting up. It's got to go somewhere. So let me pull that seam out. Because I'm an expert.
Yes, you are.
I'm an expert at, we're going to make it work.
Carla says she's going to try to use her featherweight and see how comfortable she is sewing with it. Now, Carla.
Now, this may not be the time. Check your 1/4 inch seam.
Yes.
Because this may not be the time. That's why I didn't bring my featherweight. It's a lot lighter to bring.
You want to make sure your 1/4 inch works. You know exactly where that 1/4 inch
And I even on this machine test my 1/4 inch before I even done the first one because number one, I hadn't been using it in a long time other than sewing on the lives. It's real important in a 6-inch block to know your 1/4 inch seam.
I mean, just even a thread off and you can get in major trouble because you're going to be off. And so, but that being said, I highly recommend using your Singer Featherweight because, like I said, it's a workhorse machine. If you get your seam allowance down, and as you all know, I always use a seam guide. They're the perfect piecing machine in my opinion. That's my opinion.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Yay! This is exciting.
Go press. I guess I was thinking about doing it with my press thing here first. I got all these pieces that I was gonna sew. Ain't sold a one, right?
Maxie Doodle says, "Where are y'all going for birthday dinner?" We'll probably. T enjoys seafood like I do. I love seafood, and not a lot of your family members enjoy seafood. So we'll probably find a seafood place to go to tonight. I really love seafood, and she does too. And we're going with some of my family and friends. So, let's see here. They sell a scant 1/4 inch foot for it. Carla, I do realize that. I do not use a 1/4 inch foot. I do not. They are not all made the same, and I prefer doing my seam guide method. So if it works for you, perfect, go for it. But I personally do not. Do you use a 1/4 inch foot for your sewing machines, Miss T?
Yes, I do, but I also check them. And I know exactly where the 1/4 inch is on that foot because it could be right on the edge or it could be right up under the foot or it could be sometimes inside the foot. So I do test them. And that's why I did that too because I've been sewing on that Bernina and it's like you get comfortable sewing with one thing and then you go to another one thinking it's in the same place and it's not.
Ella Odom, good afternoon, Miss T and Kevin. Happy birthday, Kevin. Well, thank you, Ella. Looky there.
Border unit.
That is gorgeous.
So that's one. Like I said, okay, we've been sitting here chatting with you guys. What, 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours? 3 hours. We started at 12. And we didn't even start out the gate just like sewing.
No.
And we've done 2 blocks for me and 1 border unit while I'm doing the chat. And Kevin has done his 4 blocks. So they're not difficult.
Very pretty.
It's just, I mean, pieces wise, it's a lot of pieces. If this was a 12-inch block, I wouldn't like them as much. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't either.
Mm-hmm.
I really wouldn't.
I wouldn't like them as much. So I like the blocks. I like the daintiness of the size and what's going on in the block in the size. So I am enjoying it.
Me too.
Thank
you for bringing me along.
Oh, this was your pattern idea.
Well,
Not necessarily. I'm not saying your
right.
idea like putting it on you. You asked if this would be one we could do a sew along
because
on.
I've been wanting to do one.
And I said I actually love sampler quilts, so it was fine for me. At first I was thinking I don't want to do the same 4 blocks. I'm going to make each block different. In the 4. I was going to do 12 times 4 would be 48 different blocks. But then I was like, you know what? I kind of like the fact that it's 4 of them, different fabrics in the same thing, because it's a different sampler. And I hadn't done one like that, so I'm enjoying it. I think you're all going to love it.
This is a fun first foray into it.
And so, you've got to keep yours red and white, but I was just thinking, you got to figure out, well, you're still saying you're going to do different. You might do it different, so okay. We'll wait and see what you come up with, because that's going to be interesting with your palette, because it makes it a little bit more challenging, though, what you're doing.
I like a good challenge.
Whereas mine's, I picked my sashings first, and then I'm picking my piece blocks after that. Right. I knew I was using batiks, but it's not. I picked the sashing and said whatever don't work with the sashing ain't going in a block. It's kind of how I did it.
And it made sense.
Now, if I have something that's this color, I can put it inside where it won't touch any of the sashings. Then I'll be okay. As long as I don't put it somewhere that it could possibly touch the sashing. So, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. People are saying it's beautiful, pretty, Miss T. That border unit is awesome. That's awesome. Love that border. Beautiful. Seafood sounds great. Denise is still on them people to hit that thumbs up button. That's why you have been just named the moderator. Thank you so much. And whoop, whoop, T. That's Carla. I think I need a nap. Just pulled and starched the light. Was short. A longer triangle. Wow. And I had fat 8s, and I have plenty of stuff left. So, well, and then I die cut too. So you cut a little bit bigger for die cutting, but I think when you're grouping it all together, then it makes it not take up so much because they're right next to each other when they're in a row. Like if you notice, some of your dies, they're in squares, and some of them are in a line. I like the in a line better than I do the square because you can use smaller pieces on the line, but you need a longer length. So, well, we're going to go ahead and end this live. We've been on here now 3 hours, 10 minutes. We'll be back sometime tonight, hopefully shooting for 8 p.m. in my studio back at home, hoping we don't have to wait to eat. And then the traffic for me to get home. They do have a lot of construction on my way home, so been having issues with that, getting in and out. So we're going to go ahead and end here. Thank you, everybody, for participating. I will put a link to this video inside the Facebook group when I get a chance. I will be linking the list of my AccuQuilt dies inside the Facebook group when I get a chance. Also, I will be doing a live, hopefully tomorrow maybe, inside the Facebook group. And I'll do a live just talking about some things for the group only. And then do another live where we can ask some questions. And I'm not sure if that's going to be the same day or not. But we can get them all in there. So I guess for the people that want the Facebook Live, let me know tomorrow what time would be a good time for you to be there so you can answer questions. Because I can set that up. I don't know if I can do a setup in Facebook. I've never done live.
I don't know if they let you do like
a plan.
Reminder or whatever. I'm not
but
sure.
If I can figure out something that I can do over there in Facebook, then I'll try to do that so that you all let me know what time would be good for your Q&A, because I'm just going to go in and do the other one. I don't care if people come in or not. I'm sure some people are going to pop in. but it's not really for answering any questions. I'm just dropping some information in the group. So talk to you guys later. You all take care. Stay safe. Be blessed. And quilt out, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
It won't come up, so I can X out. Okay.